Today from Nissan Stadium in Nashville, Tennessee, we raise the curtain on the 2015 season as the top 25 Volunteers welcome Bowling Green to the Mid-State. Welcome, everybody. Tom Hart alongside Heisman winner Andre Ware. Expectations through the roof for this Tennessee team, ranked in the preseason top 25 for the first time since Philip Fulmer was the head coach. Do they deserve the early accolades?
Well, I think so, Tom. They're riding a wave of momentum from last year's bowl win over a good and sound Iowa football team. Add to that another top 5 recruiting class and a quarterback in Joshua Dobbs, who I think is going to continue to get better each and every week. Tennessee will be there at the end of the season for the SEC title.
Dobbs made an immediate impact on this offense when he took over as a starter late in the season. Dramatically different production with Dobbs behind center.
Yeah, it really was. 4-1 as a starter. He got better. I think there's a lot left on the table in terms of where he can go as a player. He can continue to develop into a passer. That's going to make Tennessee even more dangerous than they already are with him under center. You see the numbers there. I expect those to grow as he grows as a quarterback.
Bowling Green's offense, one of the fastest in the country. They've won the toss. They've elected to receive. They'll face Tennessee's Team 119 in a raucous Pro Bowl crowd.
Boy, strap on your seatbelt, as you like to say. They're a race car. They're modeled like the Baylor Bears. That's where Dino Babers cut his teeth with Art Briles. He embraced the offensive style, and tell you what, Bowling Green, only 2 teams faster than Bowling Green offensively all year last season, Baylor and Arizona.
Aaron Medley will get us started. Clint Stevens in the end zone for Bowling Green will take a knee. Let's go down to the field and check in with Laura Rutledge.
Well, Tom, I got to let you know that Butch Jones has made such a revolution with recruiting at Tennessee. He's brought in 2 top 5 classes in 2014 and in 2015. Of course, Jalen Hurd, a part of that class in 2014. He focused on skill position players then. And then in the 2015 class, really worked on beefing up in the trenches and getting guys in the line. It was a big deal for him. Of course, he brought in Shai Tuttle, Khalil McKenzie, some of those young guys that we should see on display today. He said he could play 22 freshmen in this game.
Laura, thank you. And many of those youngsters and top recruits from right here in the Nashville area. Matt Johnson is a 5th-year senior, missed all of last year with a broken hip. He hands it off on the first play to Travis Green. Let's take a look at the starters for Bowling Green. Their strength in the skill positions. Don't forget the offensive line. 2nd most starts in college football along the front 5. Only UCLA has more. Their leader is Alex Huddle at right guard.
Well, Travis Green, the running back, already they've gone to him the first play of the game.
They go back to the ground game. Green makes some guys miss. Nice cutback, and that'll set up 3rd down. Here are the starters on the defensive side for Tennessee, including a walkout and middle linebacker, Colton Jumper, and plenty of talent around him.
Yeah, Kurt Magette, their best pass rusher, 11 sacks a year ago. Best cover man, Cam Sutton, a 3-year starter in that defensive backfield for Tennessee.
3rd and 4. Play action. Johnson lets it go deep's got a man. Caught. 1st down, Roger Lewis.
Roger Lewis, first team All-MAC a year ago, 73 catches, over 1,000 yards, and it's just a 9 route. I'm going to beat you speed-wise off the ball, and I'll tell you what, Matt Johnson, back from that hip injury, as you mentioned, hadn't missed a beat. Nice throw and catch.
Gain of 45. Back to the ground game. That's Travis Green for 2.
Let's go back and take a look at that pass from Johnson to Roger Lewis. Does a nice job with the eyes. That's what holds the safety and didn't allow anyone over the top to get to Roger Lewis to maybe break that pass up. But this is just speed. I'm going to get deep. And Roger Lewis showing you why he was All-MAC last year.
Lewis was a 4-star recruit to Ohio State coming out of high school in Ohio.
He did all that as a true freshman last year. 73 catches.
7 touchdowns for Lewis. Danny O'Brien, one of the interior defensive linemen for Tennessee, banged up on this opening drive. He'll rotate up front with Owen Williams and Kendall Vickers for Butch Jones and John Jancic's crew.
Yeah, throw in Khalil McKenzie, another one of those true freshmen that Laura alluded to, a 5-star recruit, Walnut Creek, California. He's in that rotation as well.
Injuries have been a burden for Tennessee already throughout the preseason. Missing a couple of stars on the defensive side, including Ladero McNeil out with a neck injury.
A couple of old linemen in there as well on the offensive side.
2nd and 8 for Matt Johnson and Bowling Green out of the MAC. They won their division the last 2 years. Johnson pressured, steps away. Finally taken down at the line of scrimmage. Corey Vereen, the first man there.
Well, once you step up, you got to just go forward. But there are those injuries that you talked about, Tom.
Now the good news for Ladero McNeil, he may be back sooner than originally anticipated. Todd Kelly Jr. is out today from the strong safety spot. He's in uniform, not expected to play. Evan Berry got the start in his spot at safety.
Boy, straight up cover one, just man to man with a safety right in the middle.
Deep ball, got lost. Trying to find Robbie Rhodes, a Baylor transfer. Micah Abernathy had the coverage.
And I think Robbie Rhodes thought maybe Matt Johnson was going outside. It was so badly overthrown. Just a little bit rushed. He's been calm. You're seeing Dino Babers there just telling him, look, read things out, stay composed, and deliver the football. Tennessee got to him a little bit on the previous play.
Tyler Tate on to attempt a 40-yard field goal. James Kanapke, last year's starter at quarterback, is the holder.
This is big if Bowling Green can convert.
Got the leg, he's got the distance and the accuracy, and Bowling Green strikes first, paced by that 45-yard strike from Johnson to Lewis to take a big chunk of the yardage.
You mentioned Lewis. He was a tremendous recruit for Bowling Green. You look at the kick here, it's just no doubt right down the middle, little right to left turn. But Lewis so talented that Butch Jones, when he was at Cincinnati, actually recruited him and thought about maybe bringing him to Tennessee when he came to Tennessee.
7-play, 53-yard drive, 2:17 off the clock. And I think you touched on a key, Andre, just a moment ago. Bowling Green is a dangerous offense. They may be pushed around physically today, but if they can hang out for a little bit, if they can hang out for a quarter, 2 quarters, 3 quarters.
I think just from a confidence standpoint, that first drive is going to do wonders for their confidence going forward. Now, defensively, you got to prove that you can slow down Tennessee and not get bowled over, so to speak. Don't get bullied early in this ball game. If they can hang around, look out, because we know they can put points on the board.
Tyler Tate handling the kickoff duties for Bowling Green. Anthony Farinella, their other kicker, is out with a bad back. Evan Berry and Ralph David Abernathy set to return for Tennessee. Berry, 8 yards deep, will take a knee. And let's take a look at the starters for Tennessee's offense.
Yeah, Marquez North, they get him back. He missed the last 2 games of last year. And then another one of those 5-star recruits, Juwan Jennings, moving over to receiver where he played quarterback in high school. Tremendous athlete that has picked things up pretty quick for this offense.
We'll see Vaughn Pearson, Preston Williams, and others at the wide receiver spot. To start, it's North, Jennings, and Josh Malone. Ethan Wolf, the tight end, in motion. And Dobbs takes a snap and gives it off to Jalen Hurd, a powerful running back at 6'4", 240 pounds, brought down by Austin Valdez, a gain of 6. Here's Bowling Green's defense.
Yeah, Valdez, who you just mentioned, moving into middle linebacker. He's going to have a big game today, because Jalen Hurd will be coming downhill at him all game long.
Dobbs to throw for the first time. Good coverage downfield. Now he'll roll with it. Trying to dump it off, complete. He finds Jennings, who has it past midfield. Coaches have raved about the job that Juwan Jennings has done in preseason camp.
Yeah, nice job here by Jennings. And just instincts. You see your quarterback's in a little bit of trouble. Work back, find a spot in the zone, and just sit down and give your quarterback the numbers.
Movement from Bowling Green when Tennessee was shifted.
They're saying it's the shift of Tennessee that has drawn them off sides.
By contact, defense number 54. 5-yard penalty remains, first down.
It's Mike Minns who's getting the start at nose today. Bowling Green going a little bit bigger up front and a little bit faster at their linebacker spot, trying to match Tennessee's athleticism inside.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of rotation in there anyway. Taylor Royster, who's the normal starter, he's going outside. Bird will see some time.
Dobbs pressured and dropped. Just barely hung onto the football. It's the return of Zach Colvin, who missed last year, diagnosed with a heart defect. After months of testing, they found out it was just a vocal cord dysfunction. He's back on the football field, and he's making an impact.
Yeah, they just lose it. The offensive line loses him. He comes inside and has a clear path to Josh Dobbs. Wasn't anything special, just a breakdown up front.
Bowling Green showing pressure again. They bring the blitz. And around the side, Alvin Kamara with his first touch as a volunteer. The Alabama transfer rips off the 10-yard gain.
Well, the coaches have just raved about him. Talked to defensive coordinator John Jancic. I asked him who's been impressive on the offensive side, and he went immediately to Alvin Kamara.
Here's Hurd again. What a 1-2 combination they can have with Hurd and Kamara.
Well, you want power, you got it in Jalen Hurd. You want speed and elusiveness, you got it in Kamara with at 5'10", 215.
Hurd, nearly 900 yards last year, third most by Tennessee freshman. Kamara with another touch, running through some Falcons. He picks up 5. Another stop for Austin Valdez, and Tennessee going with the tempo.
Well, they wanted to be fast. They're trying to match Bowling Green's tempo.
Here's Kamara again. Last year, Hutchinson Junior College, 1,200 yards in just 9 games. It's 135 yards a game and 18 touchdowns with a former can't-miss prospect who washed out at Alabama, 2 suspensions, later an arrest. Ended up in the junior college ranks and now back in the SEC.
He's also a pretty good receiver out of the backfield.
Bowling Green jumps again.
Boy, just have to be disciplined.
A 5-yard penalty will result in a first down.
It's Isaiah Lunsford who jumped. Here's a look at the timeline on Alvin Kamara, one of the top prospects coming out of high school, part of a star-studded recruiting class for Nick Saban, one of 4 running backs at the time. Now an end around for Vaughn Pearson, his first touch. Pearson picks up 1, brought down by Eiler Hardy, the Notre Dame transfer.
So much speed offensively for Tennessee, and that's where, if you're Bowling Green, you're going to have some one-on-one tackles in the open field, or a chance to make some. They have to be made, otherwise it's going to be some big runs ripped off here.
Hurd back at tailback, rotating with Kamara. This is the 9th play of Tennessee's opening drive. Dobbs has time, fires it straight to the outside, caught by Malone, and Josh Malone has it inside the 10.
Another young player, 5-star recruit out of Gallatin, Tennessee, Station Camp High School. Just a nice hook route, little deep curl along that left side, and Josh Dobbs right on time.
Last season, Tennessee 5th best in the country in the red zone. Here's Hurd. Runs through a tackle, aims for the pylon. He's in. 8-yard touchdown run for Jalen Hurd.
He makes Trenton Green The outside linebacker, right, had a chance. He misses, and then it's easy pickings for the 6'4", 240-pound Jalen Hurd. Oh, what a talent. Great in pass protection.
Aaron Medley for the extra point. A 10-play, 75-yard drive, 3:44 off the clock. For Tennessee, under the direction of Joshua Dobbs. And Jalen Hurd opens the season with a score for the Volunteers. 25 Tennessee with an early lead on Bowling Green, 7-3 here in Nashville. Let's go down to the field. Say hello to Laura Rutledge.
Well, thank you, Tom. Tennessee defensive back Cam Sutton will be wearing number 7 in honor of Rashawn Golding, who was out with a broken foot. And Sutton said after the injury happened to who he calls his brother, they're so close, he went into Coach Jones' office and he said, can I wear his number to honor him? Of course, Jones was on board with that. And the first time that Golding saw it was at practice the next day in the stadium. Golding said it meant so much to him to see somebody that he's so close with playing it. But also Sutton saying he really likes playing more nickel, which of course happens without Golding in there. He says you're more involved in the run and pass game, able to move around and match up with different receivers, guys.
Laura, thanks. And we expect Tennessee to play a lot of nickel today against this pass-happy Bowling Green offense.
Yeah, they're going to be about 85% nickel. They got a linebacker, add another defensive back.
Glenn Stevens past the 20, gets blasted there. We've got a flag on the play. Kirkland in for the stop for Tennessee. Darren Kirkland Jr., just a freshman. One of maybe a dozen we'll see on the defensive side of the ball for the Volunteers today. This note on Tennessee's travel roster, 76-man travel roster. Only 18 of them were playing 2 years ago. 33 have never taken a snap.
During the return, block in the back, receiving team, number 81. 10-yard penalty at the end of the run. First down.
SEC officiating crew, Ken Williamson, our referee today.
All that momentum that Bowling Green had out of the gate. Nice drive to start the game. It just shows you how well coached Tennessee is. They didn't flinch, went right down and put 7 on the board. But there's the block in the back right there at the top of your screen. Pretty obvious, the call.
Tennessee will run nickel here. They brought Colton Jumper, the middle linebacker, off the field. They've got 6 defensive backs out there.
Might bring some pressure right here as well. Reeves Maven.
Johnson will keep it. Gets tripped up for a gain of 2. Good pressure in the backfield by Corey Vereen.
Johnson's just got to be willing to engage. I think there's more left on the end of this run. Getting down to protect himself, but right there, I mean, just cut left.
To the ground game again. 2-yard gain for Bowling Green. Will leave third and about 6. You see Brian Randolph at the bottom of the pile. He's already made an impact for UT.
Well, that 4-1 front calls for Bowling Green to run the football. You've got 5-on-5. It's just man-to-man. You throw a tight end in there occasionally, and you have Tennessee outmanned, but they're so strong up front. Just no running lanes.
Blitz coming from UT. Deep ball down the sideline. Man coverage. Got him again, but incomplete. The ball just hung up a little bit for T.O. Redding. Micah Abernathy with the coverage for the Volunteers.
Yeah, another true freshman. One of those 22, 23 players you talked about. Abernathy was beaten. If it's thrown out there, then the receiver has a chance to make a play on it.
T.O. Redding getting the start in this first half. Ronnie Moore is suspended for the first half due to a targeting foul in Bowling Green's bowl game. We'll see more in the second half. Joseph Davidson to punt it away. A low one. Takes a Bowling Green hop. Scooped up on the run by Cameron Sutton. A crushing block. Here goes Sutton. Past midfield. Cameron Sutton still on his feet. And Tennessee with magnificent field position. And a flag at the tail end of it after Sutton got 2 key blocks. 59-yard punt, 47-yard return.
I think it was Chris Weathered who threw that block that freed up
After the
Sutton.
play was over, that ball, personal foul, kicking team number 83. First down.
Boy, Bowling Green just coming unraveled here in the first quarter. But watch number 42 with this cleanup block right there. That frees things up for Cam Sutton, and then it's just a race for the end zone. Excellent job in the return game. Let's take one more look at this. That's the devastating block that freed things up. We also got a pretty good one for Elliott Berry as well, number 41. Oh, watch here. They like to go to north, up top. Right there in the slot, number 8. This is where I would take a shot, right here. Tremendous down inside the red zone. That's actually Von Pearson that's in the game.
That was the 4th penalty against Bowling Green. Tennessee, a sea of orange in Nashville, and Tennessee will have a short field to work with on its 2nd possession of the 2015 season. Alvin Kamara is now in at tailback. He's already been busy.
Watch a swing pass here.
Dobbs will give it to Kamara. Works to the outside. Kamara takes a hit and falls forward for 5. Daryl Hunter, the 2nd, in on the tackle for Bowling Green.
Yeah, nice job by Daryl Hunter coming up. We just talked about open field tackles. Bowling Green going to be faced with a lot of one-on-ones. And when they are, they got to find ways to get these skill position players down.
Unbalanced line to the left side. That's where Kamara goes. Trying to make a cut. Stayed on his feet. And Tennessee's 2 backs each have a touchdown. And we're barely midway through the first quarter. 10 yards for Alvin Kamara.
Hardy comes up and he misses. Pretty good block by Brett Kendrick. Pulling to the left side. Watch the big right tackle come out. A little kick out block to secure the edge, and that's just fine running by Kamara.
Balanced rushing attack for Tennessee to open this game. The extra point is inside the upright. Volunteers lead 14-3. They went unbalanced that time. Kendrick taking the spot outside Curbison on the left side of the line. And that was the key for Kamara.
Two great blocks. Coleman Thomas and Brett Kendrick both clear the edge for Kamara, and then it's easy work. That's him right here. The end of this.
How about that move?
Running backs do that all the time, but watch the work up front here by the center. The left guard. 75 is going to pull around, secure everything. You get a block here by the right tackle as well. Brett Kendrick. That just locks everything down. Now it's just one-on-one in the open field, and we talked about it. You've got to make plays in one-on-one situations. So far, Bowling Green hadn't been able to do that.
They didn't last year in a game against a Big 5 opponent. Wisconsin rushed for 644 yards against Bowling Green and 8 touchdowns. Melvin Gordon went 253 with 5 touchdowns.
Look at the averages. Hurd 6.3. Kamara 6.2, and both have scored touchdowns. Yeah, I think if you get that kind of production out of those 2 backs all year, guess what? You'll be contending for an SEC title.
Stevens with 1 foot in the end zone. Shy of the 20. Flag on the play.
Another flag.
Forte Sapp with the stop for Tennessee.
During return, holding, receiving team, number 25. Half the distance from the goal, first down.
It's just tough, Tom.
Already a busy day of college football on this opening Saturday. It continues tonight under the lights in the swamp as Florida kicks off their new era by hosting New Mexico State. And in Death Valley, number 14 LSU plays host to McNeese State. Remember, the Cowboys went into Lincoln last year with a thriller against Nebraska. They're usually up to the challenge. If you're looking for the SEC Network alternate channel in your area, check your local listings.
Penalties on the last 2 kickoffs for Bowling Green. It's tough to make a living offensively starting with drives inside the 10.
Pump one way, go back the other way. deep balls. They are 1 for 3 thus far this afternoon. Matt Johnson, with a broken hip in the opener against Western Kentucky last year, took a shot here.
Right there, 58, Owen Williams, junior college transfer a couple of years ago, in with the pressure on Johnson.
To your point about Bowling Green's starting field position, they have begun their 3 drives at their own 25, their own 13, and now their own 10. They scored on their opening drive. Fred Coppett in motion empties the backfield for the Falcons. Johnson steps up from pressure, eludes it by rolling left, pump fake, drag down, let it go in the end zone, ball's loose, and Tennessee's on top of it.
I think they're going to call Johnson down right at about the half-yard line. Oh, I don't know. I think this one's they're going to definitely take a look at it, and it's Darren Kirkland with the pressure.
Injured player for Tennessee is Derek Barnett.
Let's take a look here. I don't think the knee ever touches. See Kirkland with the pressure. He's not down yet.
On the field was that the runner's forward progress had been stopped. 3rd down.
So if the forward progress has been stopped and it was whistled dead, if it was whistled dead, then it's irrelevant. What happens after the fact?
Quick whistle there. I mean, this still looks like the play is continuing. He's trying to avoid a tackle and still moving. Arms trying to come up. Don't know where a whistle should have been blown there.
Butch came all the way out in the field to talk with the head referee. He was all the way out between the hash marks. Try to listen to see if we can hear a whistle as Johnson got tied up by Kirkland. I heard the whistle when the ball was loose, but not when the tackle would have occurred. Regardless, Bowling Green's in a sea of orange right now. Johnson trying to go down the sideline, lets it go into coverage. Finds his own sideline, looking for Robbie Rhodes, 4th and 19.
Once the whistle's blown, all else after that is non-existent. You won't go back and review it because the whistle on the field killed the play.
Cameron Sutton set to receive this punt. He returned it 47 yards last time.
This is tough here.
Tennessee has 10 men within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Fantastic hang time. Sutton checks the punt coverage team, takes it in. He's got a huge hole again. Cameron Sutton cuts back. And for the 2nd time in as many tries, he'll give the Volunteers great field position. Nate Locke finally with the stop for Bowling Green. 57-yard punt. 36-yard return, 83 yards of returns for Cameron Sutton already, Andre.
Right here, showing the athletic ability. Tennessee set up to do business again.
We've been in Nashville all week. That's just one of their fine culinary establishments here. Acme Feed and Seed opened in 1890 as a business where locals could buy feed and flea dip their dogs. We'll pass on the flea dip. We'll take the shrimp and grits.
Shrimp and grits. I'll have to step away for a minute. One of my favorites right there.
We've been here all week. We've had plenty of time to get down there.
I've had some shrimp and grits since we've been here as well.
14-3 Tennessee leads. First time we'll see Kamara and Hurd in the backfield together. Hurd 6'4", 240. Kamara 5'10", 215. They each have a touchdown.
You have 2 safeties sitting up top for Bowling Green. Numbers favor Tennessee to run the football.
They're going to split Kamara out and put him in the slot. Hurd flanks Dobbs. Now they bring him back. Running behind, and oh my goodness, Tennessee's got something special if they get those 2 guys going in the backfield at the same time. Gain of 8 for Alvin Kamara.
Plenty of weapons on the offensive side. Marquez North hadn't even gotten himself going yet. Josh Malone on the other side. There's a lot of weapons for Josh Dobbs.
2nd and 2. Here's Hurd. Hurd slips through, puts a move on, and gets ridden down to the 4-yard line by Clint Stevens.
That is 6'4", 240 pounds of athletic ability. I mean, the spin, gathering himself. That's just not fair. It's like a tight end running the football.
Here he is again, big number 1 to the goal line and stops short. And I think what I'm seeing here, Andre, is if these two guys can run the football, all of a sudden you've freed up Joshua Dobbs. You've taken a lot of pressure off your quarterback.
You got thunder and lightning.
We got an equipment issue for Bowling Green. Lost his shoe. Realized he wasn't going to be able to get off the field in time, so he just went down. And the Tennessee faithful had their eyes on it the whole time.
That's a way to substitute right there, isn't it? Stay down for a while, official timeout. And Butch Jones is a little frustrated with a non-safety or non-touchdown that was ruled. And
it's David Konowalski.
Yep.
Decided he could not go on without his cleats. Or pardon me, Mike Mims.
Big Mike Mims wasn't going to make it.
This bruising attack for Tennessee, knocking on the door again. 2nd and goal. Jalen Hurd over the top. He's in. Touchdown Tennessee for the 2nd time today. Jalen Hurd hits pay dirt.
Just hard to stop that when he gets a full head of steam at 264, 240. There's no answer. Tremendous offensive line play. They're getting good push up front, continuing to just lean on Bowling Green, and you just can't stop that.
A 4-play, 24-yard drive, once again helped out by the fine punt return from Cameron Sutton. And the Volunteers have had the ball 3 times in this game. They've scored all 3 times. Ranked in the preseason for the first time since 2008. Expectations are through the roof in Knoxville and throughout Vol Nation.
Bowling Green came out, threw the first punch. They've been punchless since, hurting themselves with penalties on returns, poor field position. And when you get yourself back down close to your own goal line, Tom, guess what's coming? A little pressure. The run. This sets it up. This sets up the touchdown here. Jalen Hurd, nice spin move, gathering himself. This is why he's one of the best in the SEC right here. This pure power coming right into your face mask. Pretty sweet spin move, wasn't it?
I'm impressed already.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it.
Here's Clint Stevens. No chance for a return here. Take a knee again. This league was full of freshman running backs last year. They picked up where they left off already today. Nick Chubb had a great game for Georgia. Their weather-shortened affair in Athens. Leonard Fournette will hit the turf tonight. Ralph Webb across town, and Jalen Hurd nearly 900 yards of offense for an offense that really didn't come into its own until late in the season because of all of the movement on that offensive line and the inexperience up front.
Yeah, when the element of the passing game picked up with Josh Dobbs, that's when things started to go well for Jalen Hurd. Those last 5 games or so, when they went 4-1 in that stretch, that's when holes started to present themselves for Jalen.
Derek Barnett back on the field for Tennessee. They go complete to the near side. This is Chris Gallen, and Gallen's knocked out of bounds at the 45-yard line. Maybe we'll see that tempo here for the Falcons.
Yeah, he's a good red zone receiver as well. 6'4", 246. Love to use him when they get down close on the inside the 20-yard line.
Tennessee able to get a defensive sub into the game. They go back to Gallen, same spot. He's got the sideline, and Barry finally punches him out of bounds. Pickup of 18 that time, and here's that tempo. They want to snap it every 18 seconds. They really want to snap it as soon as the ball is set.
There's a team that can get back in this thing, and start to move and present some problems. That's Bowling Green. They can get tempo going. Look out.
They're a great comeback team last year, but nothing doing in the run game. 1 yard. Let's check in with Laura.
Well, Cam Sutton needed a blow after the 81 yards in the return game. So this series, look for John Jancic to incorporate Micah Abernathy and Daryl Miller, 2 freshmen. One of the things they told us is that with the elevated talent at Tennessee, finally some of those senior guys can take more rests in games.
Johnson pressured from the edge, lets it go just through the hands of Garrick Dieter.
There's nerves when you come into a football game, and then after you get hit once or twice, or you throw a completion or two, they usually just subside. Still looks like Matt Johnson is playing a little bit too fast. Game's got to slow down for him.
3rd and 9.
3 of 8, 83 yards. You just got to settle in.
Play action. They finally give it to Travis Green on a delayed handoff. He fights his way through the Tennessee defense, but he'll be just short of the marker. A rumbling run of 7 yards for the 5th-year senior out of Carroll City, Florida, Travis Green.
Decision time for Dino Babers.
He'll keep the offense on the field. Veteran offensive line. Return the 2nd most starts in the country behind only UCLA. Bennett, Hunter, McAuliffe, Huddle, and Dietz up front for Bowling Green. On 4th and 1, Johnson will pull it out. He's got a first down and he slips through. Matt Johnson to the 10. And Bowling Green's inside the 10 on a 4th and 1 quarterback keeper from Matt Johnson.
They felt pressure from the backside. I thought if he just stayed vertical and not cut back, he would have been. It may have had a chance to get in the end zone.
19-yard rush, now a toss. Travis Green banged in the backfield. Evan Barry is there, along with Kurt Magid.
One of the best in the conference. Kurt Magid led this team last year in sacks with 11. We will line him up at defensive end when they decide to go nickel. Can really get after the passer.
Quick hitter to the tight end, and Bowling Green finds the end zone. Hunter Folkertsma from 11 yards out.
This is just straight man-to-man, and they lose him in coverage. He's out there all by himself. Everybody just Magid takes a step down inside and loses the tight end. He goes down inside with a play fake. That's a senior who bites on the play fake, and it cost him a touchdown.
Tyler Tate for the extra point. Falcons got a key completion at the onset of that drive, able to turn up the tempo. And the first touchdown of 2015, Tate adds the extra point. 21-10, Tennessee with the lead. Matt Johnson, after running for a first down, now hooks up with his big tight end for the Falcons' first score. Thank you. Veteran quarterbacks paying off in the SEC, huh?
Hey, what he's gotten 1,000 times better since last year, where they feel really comfortable at Arkansas opening things up. We got him some weapons out there as well.
Tyler Tate will kick off. Evan Barry wearing that number 29 as a tribute to Inky Johnson. Same number his brother is wearing in the NFL with the Chiefs. Great to see Eric back on the field. Line drive kick will carry through into the end zone.
You're going to see here that Kurt Magid, the linebacker, has a responsibility of holding the tight end. He steps inside. That allows for the tight end to just come right on just a little flat route. And watch Johnson. He sees it as soon as Majid steps inside. It's a little bit too late. Right there. Just a nice throw. You just want to get it out there, allow him time to turn up the field.
Incomplete pass, trying to get it to the edge to Josh Smith.
Now, if you're Bowling Green, you're desperately needing a stop here. Off to a good start. It's second and long. To figure out a way to slow down this Tennessee offense.
Mike DeBoer, the new offensive coordinator for Tennessee this season, calls for Hurd to get a carry, and he's doing damage. Hurd just shy. Darrell Hunter the second with a stop, gain of 9. That'll leave 3rd and 1. Tennessee was not very good in third downs last season. In fact, Hurd was not very good at all. Most of the conversions on 3rd and 3 or short came from Joshua Dobbs. He was 9 for 9 in those situations. This time he gives it to Hurd. We're seeing a new Jalen Hurd, and we've got to give credit up front to that offensive line. These guys aren't doing it on their own, though it may look like it on that punishing run from Hurd.
They just keep leaning on you, that tempo where they're coming fast. Nice kick-out block as well by Dylan Wiseman, the right guard. That opened it up for Jalen Hurd to pick up the first down.
Trips at the top, play action. Looking for a screen, and Juwan Jennings, a former quarterback, gets gang tackled after a pickup of 7.
And now a couple of handoffs, a couple of quick pop screens outside. On the alert here, pretty quick or quickly for one of those, a fake and then a vertical route behind it.
Here's Kamara in traffic. Gain of 1. Isa Lunsford wearing number 63 for the injured Gus Schwederman today, who's out with a foot injury. In on the stop for Bowling Green. Looks like he's got a jersey that's such a size too small. 3rd and 2. Dobbs has it to where he's so good on 3rd down. 9 for 9 last year was Joshua Dobbs, converting 3rd and 3 or short when he ran the football.
Well, this is just sick. The athletic ability that Butch Jones can run out on offense, and Dobbs and Kamara and Jalen Hurd, Marquez North, they just have too many weapons to slow them down.
Here's Kamara. Inside the 40, Trenton Green, senior from Miami Gardens, Florida, in on the stop, pickup of 5.
And then you toss in Pig Howard, who's suspended for this one. Violation of team rules. They get him. He'll come back next week.
Just in time for Oklahoma. The top 25 showdown at Neyland Stadium. They haven't had one of those in the non-conference since Cal came to town years ago. Pickup of 3 there. Tennessee, I don't know if they want to get one up before the end of the quarter or not.
It could be a little different story this year when Oklahoma comes to town.
Yep. They'll checkerboard the entire stadium next week. It's already a sellout. We are seeing in flesh and blood why Tennessee faithful are so excited about the season, and expectations are through the roof. Big reason the running backs, Hurd and Kamara, already over 100 yards. Tennessee has taken over Nashville. They're in through the T and everything, and now they're running through Bowling Green. Tennessee didn't waste any time in establishing its running game today.
You get it going with Kamara here. If you want the speed, that's where you go with him. The elusiveness, the balance, to get in the end zone. If you want just brute strength and power, turn around and give it to Jalen Hurd, who's got some agility of his own. But boy, the 1-2 punch of these two coming downhill right at you. Then when you think you squeeze everything down to stop them, they can get Kamara on the outside. Look at the rushing totals here. 6.5, 5.3. And then, oh yeah, by the way, Josh Dobbs, 3 of 4 for 42 yards through the air. Not a bad day's work for those 3.
Jalen Hurd from the mid-state, big Eddie George fan growing up, trying to follow in the footsteps of the Heisman winner. Could fit in the uniform. Jalen 6'4", 240. Eddie big back. 6'4" himself. By the way, the Nissan Stadium turned into the Heisman House the other night. They had Eddie George in the building, Marcus Mariota on the field, and we've got Andre in the booth today. Here's Hurd, cuts it up, head shake, sideline, end zone, touchdown, Tennessee. Flag back at the 26. 36-yard run for Hurd if it stands.
A missed tackle by Austin Valdez.
Holding on the offense, number 15. Philly is 10 yards from the final foul. Repeat, third down.
In defense of Jawan Jennings, how is a former quarterback supposed to know how to block anyway?
I'm just impressed that, opening day, he's made the transition from high school quarterback to wide receiver, and a pretty good one. Has earned the trust of the team, but we'll see it right here right there. That right there is going to get right around the shoulder. You get your hands out there, and that's going to draw the attention of the officials every time. Got to keep them inside.
3rd and 3. Kamara in at tailback. Dobbs gets it to him. Can't make the second man miss.
Nice open field tackle.
James Sanford, the first man. Denard Turner brought him down. Loss of 3.
Chance to compete. You're one-on-one with a playmaker, a shifty player. One guy is slowing him down, and then the other finishing him off. Going to force the punt here for the first time for the Volunteers.
Trevor Daniel has won the punting job for the time being. May rotate some guys. Ryan Burbrink back to return for Bowling Green. He's inside the 10. Daniel trying to kill this one inside the 10. Burbrink takes the fair catch just outside the 5. 34-yard.
A lot of hard work has gone into it, but we're still a long ways to go. We're still arguably the youngest football team in all of college football.
Our expectation is to win the SEC, win the SEC East. Always talk about the power of one, taking it one day at a time and embracing the process as we go. We got to put in the hours and put in the work now to get what we want to succeed in the end.
It's all about the process, and we're still not anywhere where we need to be, but we're making tremendous strides each and every day.
Behind the scenes with Tennessee football, Butch Jones talked about the youth of this team. They played 8 true freshmen in the first quarter.
This was a total rebuild for Tennessee, and Butch Jones has them on the right, pointed in the right direction.
And Andre, that's his recruiting pitch. It's all about the right place and the right time, and he thinks this is the right time for Tennessee to recapture that glory, to come here, have success, to leave your legacy here with Team 119.
Yeah, to help come in and build a football power. Get this thing back to where it once was, where they were in bowl games and competing. Actually won a national championship, the first BCS championship. So that's where he wants to take this football program, and they are well on their way.
Bowling Green for the 3rd time today, starting inside its own 15. This is 2nd and 10. Johnson wants to throw it, slings it, incomplete. To that end, Butch Jones has gotten some help from some legendary Tennessee coaches. Both Johnny Majors and Philip Fulmer have been welcomed at practice and regularly watching Tennessee on the practice field. He sees the secret is no secret. It's all about the players.
Yeah, he believes in recruiting players that have won state championships and have at least advanced through the high school playoffs, because he just doesn't want to have to teach how to win.
Here's the screen to Green. Got a big fella in front of him, and he's dragged down from behind, and that'll bring up 4th down. Emmanuel Mosley in on the stop after a gain of 7.
And Tom, by recruiting players like that, they won't accept losing. Is the reason that he wants.
They're going to go for it, Andre. Wow. They're keeping the offense on the field. 4th and 3, trying to surprise Tennessee or get them to jump.
No way, just trying to get them to jump here. End up maybe taking a timeout to get the punting unit on the field.
One thing they did accomplish, they got the crowd into it. They'll take the penalty. Oh, they're going to snap it. They got room. Here's Green for the first down all the way past the 30.
Wow.
Brian Randolph with the stop, a rumble of 18, converting the fourth down.
I tell you what, credit Dino Babers here. You know, one for having the courage to do it, but then to hold off to the last second where Tennessee relaxes and then snaps the football while they're relaxed, thinking they're just going to call the timeout.
Tennessee brings pressure. Johnson goes deep down the sideline. Caught! First down, Garrick Dieter. Huge plays back-to-back for Bowling Green.
Well, just a 9 route again. You got man-to-man on the outside. If you take enough of these shots, eventually you're going to hit a couple and back this defense off. And so far, so good for Matt Johnson, hanging in there and firing the football.
Again, same route, same spot, same guy. Flag on the play. Dieter hauled it in. A scoring strike of 31 yards.
I think this is going to be defensive pass interference. Dieter got behind him, and then all of a sudden there was a hold by Mosley.
Holding on the defense, number 12. Penalties decline. Result of the play, touchdown.
Well, what a sequence for Bowling Green. You'll see here Mosley just holding right there. Still got some jersey, and then Dieter able to still break free. Catch him another 9 route.
Dieter went past Mosley twice.
Whew. About the fake, the go, not even a fake, but going for it so deep in your own territory. Lulling Tennessee to sleep and then converting on 4th down. That's what did it.
And Bowling Green, when it seemed they would be left on the side of the road, is right back into this game. The 4th down conversion.
Wow.
Then 2 big strikes to Garrick Dieter, totaling 69 yards. Dieter with his first score for the junior from South Bend, Indiana. The SMU transfer ran past his defender for the 2nd straight time. Bowling Green's made a game of it here in the 2nd quarter. Bowling Green right in the thick of this thing. A 6-play, 94-yard drive helped by a 4th down conversion. Tennessee leads 21-17. 4 minutes into the 2nd quarter, Garrick Dieter had a great camp. They raved about him. Tom's a guy who was injured last year against Indiana early in the season. He missed a good chunk of the middle of the year. He's made an instant impact here game 1.
I can speak from experience. There's something that Dino Babers has spotted on film working against Emmanuel Mosley that they like. They've done a lot of 9 routes to the left side of the formation, which is where he lines up. There's something there that they spotted on film they felt like they could take advantage of.
The key on that drive was a 4th down conversion when everyone in the building thought Bowling Green was going to take a penalty.
Well, they come out 26 seconds. You see, they're ready. They're ready for the quick snap at 25 seconds. And then you get it down to about 5. Everybody starts to relax and really not thinking they're going to go for it here. If they're going to just take a timeout and punt the football, they catch him sleeping. And that led to the touchdown. Hit him for 1 deep. And this is the touchdown pass with Dieter getting behind Mosley again.
Most of the big completions for Bowling Green have come on the left side. Not only those 2 9 routes, but also both times they've gone to the flat to the tight end. Dobbs sets up, lets it go, tipped and incomplete off the hands of Josh Malone.
That's one that Josh, on film study tomorrow, is going to wish he had back. This is thrown on a rope. Nice timing, stepping up. Look at that thing. Look at the, just barely see the white spinning. It's so tight.
Here's Jalen Hurd. Carries guys with him past the 30 to the 32. Gain of 6. Austin Valdez from Sylvania, Ohio at the stop.
One of those downfield throws that we talked about earlier that you felt Tennessee was going to come with at some point. Really they don't panic. They run it so well that you don't get anything on 1st down. They feel like they can convert.
On 3rd and 3, Dobbs has room to run. He'll fake it, and get taken down just past the line of scrimmage. Trenton Green, the first man there for Bowling Green.
Boy, he had Marquez North wide open on a corner route, and that's where I think he can continue to get better as a quarterback. He's going to roll here, and right there on the outside of the screen, he's got North wide open for a corner route to just give him the football.
Trevor Daniel to punt for the second time today. Ryan Burbrink stands at his 30. Bowling Green can seize momentum if they can put something together here. What a kick from Trevor Daniel. Burbrink all the way back to the 4. He finds a sideline, tiptoes his way, now back towards the middle. And Burbrink with a fine return out to the 25-yard line. He gambled, and it paid off before Chris Weatherd brought him down. Daniel.
Hey, what? Paul probably welcomed that, as hot as it's been down in the South.
That's true. Matt Johnson starting to heat up. He's completed 6 of his last 8 attempts for a couple of scores. Malik Foreman is now in at that cornerback spot that they took advantage of instead of Mosley.
And they still may go there.
He's got Garrett Dieter across from him.
And they've gone to 2 safeties high to maybe give some help to that side.
Fred Coppett in at tailback. Little option looked like they're going inside. Pitch to Coppett outside. And a pickup of 8. Cameron Sutton with the stop for Tennessee.
You had 2 high safeties. You're removing a body from the box to help out on those 9 routes that you've been hit on deep. At that point, you're looking to run the football if you're Dino Babers.
They run it right up the middle again. Stop short of the marker is Coppett, the junior out of St. Thomas Aquinas in Fort Lauderdale. He's gotten bigger. He's added 15 pounds in the offseason.
He ran for 764 yards last year.
Here he is again. Picks up the first down for Bowling Green. Bowling Green is a team that's uniquely built. They don't care if they give up points.
No.
Because they think their offense is good enough to get those points and more back.
They're not trying to be a top 10 defense. They want to, talking to Dino Babers, between 40 and 60, and look out. At that point, they're getting the ball back with enough shots to be as explosive as they need to be offensively.
They scored 30 points a game last year. They gave up 33. Intended for Dieter that time. A Bowling Green season, which once again took him through the MAC championship game, ended in a bowl game.
Once again, those high safeties calling for a run play here.
Dino Babers, second season as a head man. Former assistant at Baylor. He was with Jimmy Garoppolo at Eastern Illinois before that, after that, I should say. Johnson lets it go, tight spiral complete. First down. And T.O. Redding finally flipped across midfield. Keep in mind, we're almost midway through the second quarter. In the second half, they're going to get their best receiver back. He had to sit out the first half because of a targeting call in their bowl game.
Yeah, there they catch the safety creeping up in the box and then gets himself out of position. It's actually a great read by Matt Johnson to go right to the point where he escaped.
He's wide open. Dieter again. And Johnson just missed him.
You got to keep doing it, though. If that's how Tennessee wants to live defensively, if you throw 10 of them and 7 of them are incomplete, but you hit the other 3, it is totally worth doing. And Foreman, kind of lucky he didn't get there, get a flag thrown for being there a little early. But Dieter with some speed to get behind this secondary of Tennessee.
He averaged 13 yards a catch last season. 5 wide receivers, empty backfield. Johnson going to the screen, incomplete. The middle of the field was wide open. We've got a flag on the play. T.O. Redding, the intended receiver, was just a hair behind him. And so Matt Johnson, the quarterback, trying to knock some rust off. He's been just off on each of his last 2 passes.
Yeah, a slant route to Dieter. Should have been a completion. Big-bodied guy. Got inside. That's an easy throw.
Personal foul, illegal block below the waist. Offense, number 17. The penalty is 15 yards from the previous spot. Repeat, second down.
Senior wide receiver Ryan Burbrink flagged. A lot of early flags for Bowling Green. That's their 6th penalty that's cost them 58 yards.
Yeah, you'll see him come in right there at the bottom of the screen. Really no need for it. Just go ahead and go high. You don't need to throw a knockout block here. You need to occupy the defender.
And by the way, that ball behind him because LaTroy Lewis just got a fingertip on it. So it was tipped. 2nd and the Cumberland gap to go. Deep ball, Dieter, incomplete.
Boy, Dieter pulled up. Otherwise, it was there. He thought because of the high safety, there was a hole there that he tried to sit down in. And you see here, watch it from how Matt Johnson's seeing it. He's seeing continue on. Dieter, I thought, was correct. If he just hits him in the hole between the safety and the corner, it's an easy throw and catch, and they actually pick up a first down.
Is Tennessee trying to get more safety help that way? Then how do you
They
counter
are
with it?
way outside the hash mark now, trying to get safety help on Dieter.
3rd and 25. They're going to roll it the other way. Johnson Chase flicks it incomplete. Great effort out of bounds by T.O. Redding. Mike Abernathy had the coverage, and it was a chase behind by Majid.
Roughing the passer, defense number 9. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic foot down.
Bowling Green bailed out with Derek Barnett.
Oh boy. Barnett a little bit late getting to the quarterback. I'm going to give Bowling Green a fresh set of downs. Watch here. There's Barnett. Oh yeah, well, it's a touch, but there's really no need to even engage or place contact on the quarterback. Just pull up.
It was 3rd and 25. Now Bowling Green's into Tennessee territory after the 15-yard penalty.
This is what this offense can do to you. Look.
And the handoff straight up the middle against that spread out defense. A pickup of 8. That's Fred Coppett with the carry. Jalen Reeves-Maben with the stop.
Boy, they are just inviting Bowling Green to run the football. The safety, Evan Berry, look how wide he is outside the hash mark to help on Dieter up top. That's just an invitation to run the football.
Now Berry, the lone safety. They're going to go back down that sideline again. Dieter's got it again. First down, Bowling Green. That time past Malik Foreman. It is deja vu all over again.
And watch him beat him off the line of scrimmage. Nice hands, working with the hands. That's what frees him up. And then the concentration, even when the safety Berry gets there to hold on to the ball.
3 catches, 98 yards for Garrick Dieter. Johnson keeps it. Throws it on the run. This is Burbrink. Can't get through the ankle tackle of Cameron Sutton.
Boy, that is a page right out of the playbook of Art Briles. Always an extra option. You think once he fakes it inside that the quarterback's going to keep it, and you have Burbrink hanging out on along the sideline to dump it off to if the defense comes up and takes the quarterback.
Back to the ground game. Hesitating up the middle and paying the price is Fred Coppett.
If there's one thing you want to see from Bowling Green as he's running back, both he and Green, they just kind of pitter-patter into the line of scrimmage. Hit that thing with some authority.
3rd and 6. Key drive for Bowling Green with 6.5 to go in the quarter.
Well, you got what you want. You got a safety working outside against 2 receivers.
Derek Lee is a tight end next to Dieter. They go that way. Come back right. Sacked! Jalen Reeves-Maben got there in a hurry. A loss of 10.
Credit Demara Mixon with this sack. Right here at the top, 40. He takes the back that Johnson wanted to go too quickly. That caused him to regather, try to go back the other way, and the blitz was just there too fast. Mixon with excellent coverage on the running back Coppett.
Tyler Tate on to attempt a 37-yard field goal for Bowling Green. He's already hit 1 today to make it a 1-point game. right down Broadway.
We got a ball game.
Bowling Green with a 13-play, 55-yard scoring drive, 3:58 off the clock. Set up by a personal foul and a big completion. And Tyler Tate, I like that you guys are so quick back in the studio, and I think all of those comments were right on the money.
No
Concern
doubt.
being number one, especially if you're a Tennessee fan.
Lackadaisical on the 4th down and 3.
Yep.
Went to sleep, paid for it.
Can't wait to see you guys at the half again. Thank you, Dari. Bowling Green has the momentum. It started with that 4th down conversion. Went 18 yards and turned this game around. No return for Tennessee. Let's take you down to the field, check in with Laura.
Well, Tom, plenty of confidence on this Bowling Green sideline, and secondary coach Nick Monroe telling his guys the only reason this is a game is because we haven't done anything in the punt game. Also saying, though, lots of first game jitters and mistakes. He says when we'll watch the film back tomorrow, you guys will be kicking yourselves, but he says we will be celebrating. So the confidence is high down here for Bowling Green at this point.
Laura, thank you. I think that's a key point. Some jitters early. They've recovered from those mistakes. They've knocked the rust off, and well, now they look well oiled.
Even when they've made a mistake, Johnson, the quarterback's been able to make up for it.
Tennessee trying to get its running game going. In the first quarter, they ran for 101 yards. Thus far in the second quarter, they've totaled 17 yards in the ground game.
And that's because Bowling Green made the adjustment. There's more inside the box now to stop Hurd and Kamara than there was early in the first quarter. They were spread out. Now they are basically forcing Josh Dobbs to throw the football.
See who moved. Kyler Curbison, the left tackle.
False start, offense, 77, 5-yard penalty. It remains 2nd down.
Last year, Curbison was one of only 2 to start all 13 games on the offensive line. The 5th-year senior out of Knoxville Catholic.
He started at 3 different positions along that offensive line last year.
Big difference in production.
Yep.
They show corner blitz and back off. Dobbs will go play action. Runs through traffic. He's got Hurd to block for him. Trying to get the edge. Nice stiff arm. And Dobbs picks up a couple more with happy feet. Darrell Hunter forces him out after a 10-yard rush.
Well, that's what happens when you play zone. You're going to see everybody just kind of backs out and away. And Josh Dobbs, when he sees that, rather than forcing the ball into coverage, he's so athletic that he can just take off with it and pick up just chunks of yardage.
3rd and 5. Slow developing play. Dobbs keeps it. He's got the first down. And Superman's forward to the 40. Tripped up by Notre Dame transfer Eiler Hardy.
Boy, is he blessed with all the gifts. The height, the arm strength, the smarts. Tell you what, they've got a good one at Tennessee under center.
Jalen Hurd cuts it back inside. Earns 6 yards on first down. Isa Lunsford with the stop.
Starting the tempo. Bowling Green as well. Keeping the same grouping. The personnel grouping on the field. Just trying to wear them down and speed things up.
Pass complete to Josh Malone. Malone wrestled down after picking up a first down. Gain of 9. Denard Turner the stop.
Tennessee's going to substitute. That allows Bowling Green time to match the personnel.
Kamara back in at tailback. Dobbs looking that way. He's got Curbison in front of him. And able to pick up 3.5. Trenton Green with the tackle.
Pretty good open field tackle there by Trenton Green. He got the start at outside linebacker today when they moved Austin Valdez inside at middle to the middle.
Dobbs looks right, lets it go across the middle, finds his tight end Ethan Wolf. 5-yard gain. 3:15 to go in the half.
Wolf wears number 82. Big fan of Jason Witten, who played right here for Tennessee. The All-Pro and all-everything tight end for the Dallas Cowboys.
3rd and 2. Kamara takes a handoff, trying to find the edge. He's got the first down, and he's down to near the 20. 15-yard scramble for Alvin Kamara.
Bad angle by James Sanford. Watch number 35 flash into your screen. It's the bad angle right there, and that gives up the edge for Kamara to pick up the first down.
He's got it again. He's got the edge again, and he gets flipped at the 15. Gain of 8.
A nice block by Coleman Thomas out in front of Kamara.
Well, how big would a score be for Tennessee here
big.
after Bowling Green pulled within 1? 2nd and 2. Hurd back in the game. No gain. Lunsford's had a heck of a game up front for Bowling Green. He's in on another stop.
Yeah, the safety Hardy played that and timed it well. They decided to go with a safety blitz, and he timed it. They handed off to Hurd.
Here's Hurd. Lays a lick, and he's in the end zone for the 3rd time.
Wow. Just the patience that he shows and allows blocks to set themselves. They pull the center, Coleman Thomas, out in front. You see him there. See him getting a nice block for Hurd, but he allows it to set itself up, and then the acceleration to get into the end zone.
11-play, 75-yard momentum stealing drive by Tennessee. And the Volunteers back up now by 8. Jalen Hurd has taken it in from 8 yards out, 1 yard over the top, and 13 yards around the edge. 3 touchdowns for the Tennessee sophomore. Number 25 Tennessee leads Bowling Green 28-20 thanks to the first career 3-touchdown game for Jalen Hurd. The Tennessee ground game has been punishing. A 1-2 punch between Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara.
Well, the average is just about equal. Carries only 3 separate within the touchdowns. That's where the production separates itself. Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara.
Plenty of time for Bowling Green, though.
Oh, plenty. Minute 52 is an eternity for this offense. And they got themselves going in the 2nd quarter.
They ran a play every 18.5 seconds last year. Aaron Medley to kick it off. They've continually burned the Tennessee secondary, especially one cornerback spot. Here's Bobby Rhodes, no chance to bring this out. And before the game today, Tennessee released a statement that assistant head coach and defensive backs coach Willie Martinez will be suspended for today's game for an NCAA Level 3 secondary violation. He's not permitted to be an active participant of the staff today. Will not be at the stadium, though he did make the trip over with the Volunteers last night. Now, Butch was aware of this and it was coming down. It was for an impermissible contact with a possible recruit. It was a simple bump. They knew this was going to happen. They didn't tell the team until last night, though. And so Stephen Smith, defensive quality control coach, has taken over a lot of Willie Martinez's duties here on game day. Could that be playing a factor in Tennessee's failures in the secondary?
Yeah, I think so. You're talking about the assistant head coach and the defensive backs coach, how to teach and how to play technique and things of that sort, adjustments in game. Oh yeah, it's definitely paying dividends for Bowling Green.
Redding was the man in motion. Johnson looks his way, checks back near side, flag on the play. It was complete to Ryan Burbrink.
Yeah, this may be a hold and bring all this back.
And we got multiple officials, hats down on the near sideline as well. Wide receiver may have stepped out of bounds before he made contact.
Holding offense, number 71. 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Repeat, first down.
Center Tim McAuliffe.
Yeah, just watch 71 working right there. Hands are on the outside. If they're inside the shoulder pads, then that's okay. But once they get out and around the outside, then the officials are going to throw it.
1st and 20. Bowling Green converted a 3rd and 25 earlier in the second quarter thanks to a Tennessee personal foul. They set up the screen. It's knocked away. Corey Vereen was right in Matt Johnson's face.
Had a great game last year against Ole Miss when he had 6 tackles and a sack and a half. But right there, he comes free, feels the screen, gets his hands up, and he's rewarded.
Now watch Garrick Dieter, 2nd and 20. He's matched up with Emmanuel Mosley, top of the formation, right next to the marker. Johnson checks back. They take him down again. Danny O'Brien and Corey Vereen converge. 3rd sack for Tennessee.
Well, I thought he was going to go, once he escaped the first time, I thought he was going to go to Roger Lewis, who just hooked up over the middle. But then
First charge, timeout and a half. Tennessee.
you see the pressure by Mixon,
30-second timeout.
the other defensive end coming from the other side. Didn't allow for Johnson to set his feet and deliver the pass to Lewis.
Tennessee takes a timeout. They want to try to get the ball back here with 1:26 to go in the second quarter. They'll have the ball to start the second half. You can stream every game live at home or, like Andre and I, on the go. Simply download the Watch ESPN app or visit watchespn.com.
Pretty good tool to have right there when you're a college football fan.
A must-have. Dobbs appreciative of his offensive line here today. Only thing we're missing here in Nashville is the Vol Navy, because there's plenty of orange. Tennessee offense looks different with this running game this year. Bowling Green uses the timeout.
Bowling Green. Excuse me. Bowling Green. 30-second timeout.
You know, the expectations for this Tennessee team were really through the roof. Edward Ashoff, who writes for ESPN, brought this up. He said they're kind of like the Kardashians of the SEC. They've got all this attention, yet they haven't earned it yet. In the first quarter, really looked like Tennessee was earning it, and they still can. But does that concern continue, as the studio guy said, here in the second quarter?
Well, I think the only concern is fixing the coverage on the back end defensively. Bowling Green's found a hole. They found something that they like. But then they come out this series of downs, a couple of penalties, and now Tennessee's playing downhill. They got on their heels a little bit in the second quarter. A couple of stops on offense, and then defensively, they were catching rather than pursuing.
A big difference as well, the fact that Tennessee's ground game was so punishing in the first quarter. Any fewer options in the second quarter until they got the ball back moments ago. Now 3rd and 27 for the Falcons of Bowling Green. It's getting loud in Music City.
A lot of room in the middle of the field. Safety's deep.
Johnson pumps, tries to set up the screen. That is blown up by Sutton. Cameron Sutton has been a wreck on special teams, and he just wrecked Bowling Green, a loss of 4.
Travis Green may be hurt here. He took a big shot by Sutton. Trying to set the screen up, and Sutton had it read immediately. And you're talking about a lot of production with Travis Green. He's not able to come back into this game. 949 yards on the ground, 12 touchdowns.
That right knee locked up when he was being taken to the ground. And you hate to see that. You see his quarterback, Matt Johnson, in there to look after him, along with the athletic training staff for Bowling Green.
Dino Babers there coming into the screen, the head coach.
Travis Green.
This is his senior year, 5th-year senior out of Carroll City, Florida.
And 5th in school history in total rush yards, more than 2,500. 870 shy of the school record.
Second charge, timeout and a half. Tennessee.
Tennessee takes a timeout. Clock stopped with 1:19 to go. They can take him straight into the locker room from that corner.
Tennessee, I'm thinking 119. Got a timeout left. I may try to come after this punt.
Previous 2 punts, Cameron Sutton returned for 47 yards and 34 yards. Career high with 81 punt return yards for number 7, who just put that devastating hit on Travis Green.
There's no doubt. I would actually try to come after this thing, see if I can get it blocked. And you got to be smart about it, though. You don't want to run into the punter or get called for roughing the punter and bail Bowling Green out here. But I would come after it.
Joseph Davidson is the Bowling Green punter. His heels near the end line. Sutton stands at the 50. It'll take a big hop right to Sutton. Here he is, dead sprint, trying to get the corner. Now he needs a block. And Cameron Sutton shoved out of bounds inside the 30. 46-yard punt, 21-yard return. Cameron Sutton is getting it done in the punt return game.
He was just a 3-star, Tom. I mean, it doesn't matter how many stars you have. He came here as a 3-star recruit. All these 5 stars on the team, and you have called his name throughout most of this first half. And in the return game, he has played every bit like a 5-star.
He's wearing Rashawn Golden's number 7, as Laura told us earlier in the game, and reflected well. Third time Tennessee will start a drive inside the Bowling Green 30. Dobbs taken down after a 3-yard gain. Valdez, the former quarterback, in on another tackle. Clock rolling at 52 seconds. Tennessee has 1 timeout remaining. Dobbs has Hurd next to him and 4 wide receivers. Looks right, incomplete. Trying to find Josh Malone.
And no harm, no foul on first down. Trying to be okay with that incompletion with 42 seconds and a timeout in your back pocket. And Medley, you're thinking field goal here realistically. His range between 49 and 50 yards.
His long last year was 46. This would be about a 43-yarder if they can't gain any more ground. Not a concern. Malone drops to a knee to haul in a 15-yard gain. Clock will stop for a moment. Tennessee a timeout remaining. 36 seconds left on the clock. It will stop because there's an injured Bowling Green player.
Well, and this is where I think Joshua Dobbs can get a ton better. Look at this, right out of the break. Ball's right on the receiver, Malone. Saw the coverage sink and go outside, and he delivers the football right on time.
Taylor Royster is the injured Falcon. He was second in the country last year with 5 fumble recoveries.
Well, your train of thought changes a little bit if you're Butch Jones and Mike DeBoer, the offensive coordinator. You get down this close and you have 36 seconds in that timeout at the 10. It allows you a couple of shots in the end zone here.
What could Dobbs be talking with the official about there? Just having a chat with a white hat.
Just letting him know how fast they're getting ready to go, and that's about it.
Dobbs looks, end zone, just off the fingertips of Ethan Wolf.
Pretty good pressure by Brian Baird, the defensive end, 5th-year senior, on Dobbs. Didn't allow him to really step into the throw, which caused it to go a little bit low. Maybe short-armed it a little bit.
Dobbs looking, complete to Wolf, stiff arm! He is in, touchdown Ethan Wolf.
That's just competing and wanting to win right there. Tight end sitting outside. He allows coverage to drop, and then this is just will to get in the end zone. That is close. Knee was down. Maybe take a look, see where the point of that ball was.
Officials didn't stop it.
Nope.
Caps a 5-play, 29-yard scoring drive, 40 seconds. I'm with you. I think it was close, and it was ruled in the field a touchdown, but the nose of the ball may have been just shy when that knee was down. As it stands, 14 unanswered points for Tennessee.
Right, here's another look. Ethan Wolf right here. Watch the left knee. It's down.
That's an elbow you're looking at.
Ball's right there. It is short of the goal line.
Every play is reviewed, especially every scoring play, but the SEC replay booth didn't stop play before the extra point. So the call on the field stands, and the Volunteers have used back-to-back scores to open up a 15-point lead on Bowling Green. $55-point first half. Is that what you expected?
No, but when you're in a game with Bowling Green, you know, you expect some high scores. After that second quarter, I think what surprised me more so is that at one point Bowling Green had gotten it back within one. It looked like Tennessee was pretty much going to have its way through the remainder of the first half, maybe shut things down mentally and thought it was going to be a little bit easier than they anticipated. And then they've revved the engine right back up, though.
Bobby Rhodes won't have a chance for a return here. 24 seconds left on the clock. They can score quickly. See if Bowling Green wants to take a couple of shots. 35-20 are scored.
Well, if there's time on the clock, Dino Babers is trying to get points.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no doubt about it. You know, with a timeout or two, if they've got seconds ticking, they're trying to find, you know, a way to get in the end zone. And keep an eye on Dieter. He's been the man in the first half. A wide receiver.
You see number 4, top of the screen. There he is. Outside receiver of the 3 on the left side. But that's also where Tennessee's been able to get pressure on Johnson from the left side.
I'd be surprised if they come down here to the bottom to Roger Lewis.
Johnson looks left, steps up, wanted to pull the trigger, and he has to go short. Nowhere to go there. Great coverage underneath for Tennessee. T.O. Redding loses a yard.
Maybe they would take a timeout, but they may be just okay with how things are and go into the locker room here.
Got 2 in their pocket, but that's going to close the second quarter into the first half. Our halftime score, number 25, Tennessee leads Bowling Green 35-20. After the break, we'll be back for the Auto Owners halftime report, where we'll hear from Laura Rutledge as she catches up with Tennessee head coach. A barn burner of a first half here in Music City. Number 25, Tennessee, getting all it can handle from Bowling Green. Couple of late scores for the Volunteers. They've scored 14 unanswered and lead 35-20 at the half. Tennessee's ground game was in full gear in the first quarter. 101 yards on the ground. Jalen Hurd, part of a 2-headed monster, and he's been effective all afternoon.
Yeah, if you wanted agility, you got it early in the first quarter. He's shown some nice moves here, a little spin move to get himself up the field. If you wanted power, he was able to show you that, powering his way into the end zone. Here, setting up some nice blocks out in front, showing the patience that you need as a young running back. And then here, just the power again, along with the patience to get himself into the end zone. 14 carries, 87 yards, and 3 touchdowns in the first half for Jalen Hurd.
So 184 yards on the ground for the Volunteers. Most of those belong to Hurd and newcomer Alvin Kamara. 44 yards on the ground for Bowling Green, 216 through the air. Garrett Dieter has 98 yards receiving on just 3 catches and a touchdown. But the average drive start has been a killer for Bowling Green. Their own 19. Tennessee getting great special teams play from Cameron Sutton on punt returns. That has helped them to their own 47.
Yeah, and we saw when the field position changed, that's when Bowling Green got itself going. Got right back in the game at one point, cut it to just a 1-point lead, down 21-20. And Tennessee able to score late in the second quarter.
Tyler Tate will kick it off. Evan Berry stands in the end zone. They'll have a chance to bring this one back. Ralph David Abernathy, the Cincinnati transfer, takes a short kick. It's a stiff arm and takes it out to the 24-yard line. Moments ago, Laura was able to catch up with Bowling Green head coach Dino Babers.
Well, Tom, he said, we're playing this game to win until someone tells us we shouldn't. He said we have to get more first downs. We have to limit them as much as we can. And we're getting killed in the kicking game, so we have to be better there. But certainly a lot of confidence still with Babers. He feels like his team is definitely still in it.
All right, Laura, thanks.
He feels like with his offense, there's always time to get back in a football game. But right now, they need stops. They need stops to get off the field and allow that offense to get itself going again.
They come with a blitz. Hurd wrestled down after a gain of 1.
Nice run blitz, and everybody gets home. Trenton Green, the outside linebacker, played a solid first half. He's the brother of Travis, who is the starting running back that we hope will get himself back in this game.
Trenton put on scholarship just a couple of weeks ago. Looks like he's earned it. Here's Hurd again. Hurd wrapped up by Daryl Hunter the second. Jalen Hurd last year with 4 100-yard games. That was the most for a true freshman since a guy by the name of Jamal Lewis was toting the rock for Tennessee in '97.
Now, this is where you have to be on alert for a Joshua Dobbs quarterback run. Looks like zone coverage. You're going to have some drops, and now you got to stay in your rush lanes and not get out of position, because that's where he can hurt you.
Tennessee's converted 7 of their 9 third down opportunities. They bring a late rush from the corner. Dobbs goes over the middle, complete. First down, Tennessee. Von Pearson inside the 30.
And that's where he's made the most improvement. His accuracy, really worked on it this offseason, and finds Pearson right in the middle of the field. See right here, just looking, staring down coverage, and I mean right on time. He clears the linebackers, and weakness of that defense is right in the middle when the safety split.
Dernard Turner was in on the tackle. He's injured for Bowling Green, number 18.
And it's unfortunate. He's had a solid camp, leading tackler, or returning tackler in the secondary.
Senior from Miami's Booker T. Washington. Nice grab by Pearson. Junior college transfer in his second year with the Volunteers.
This is where I'd go up top again.
Dobbs pulls it back from Hurd, takes it over the left side, and finds 3 yards on the scramble. Another tackle for Daryl Hunter.
The reason why you do that is you give up a big play in the passing game. Everybody's a little winded. You got defensive backs chasing. Everybody's tired. You go right back again and just kind of force the issue.
2nd and 8. Hurd bounces it. Stiff arm. He's just shoving guys. He put a fist right in Daryl Hunter's face.
Hard to believe he's a true sophomore. I mean, with that size, that speed, that agility, strength. Look at this. Surprised that wasn't a call there. Can't get around the face mask of players, even if you're an offensive player with a stiff arm.
Alvin Kamara now in the backfield for Tennessee. Dobbs facing pressure. They pick it up. Goes deep through the hands of Preston Williams. It's miraculous that Preston Williams is on the field today after missing 10 months with a torn ACL.
Nice recovery here by Daryl Hunter. Graduate student on the outside. A lot of experience. Started 13 of 14 games in his career.
Aaron Medley hit 20 of 26 field goals last year. This will be a 42-yard attempt. He's 1 of 6 in his career from 40+. Nope. So Tennessee had scored on its last 2 drives of the second quarter.
Well, Tom, that's just what Bowling Green needed defensively, was a stop right out of the locker room.
Snap was good, hold was good, kick wasn't.
Back here in Nissan Stadium, Tennessee leads 35-20. Picked up on something late in the first half. Watch the safety. You need safety help over the top if you're in man-to-man coverage. One false step leads to a big play. They get Brian Randolph out of position once again. He takes a false step inside. There's a safety. Watch him come inside. The eyes, one quick hint, and then right there up the sideline to Dieter once again. A prediction they may go to Dieter once early here, Tom, but then watch Roger Lewis down at the bottom of your screen get involved in this thing pretty quickly.
Dieter matched up with Mosley. They'll rotate a new safety. One high, they go underneath this time. Nice completion, room to run. Ronnie Moore in the game for the first time, and he takes it all the way past midfield, a gain of 23-yard line. Gain of 23. Ronnie Moore suspended in the first half due to a targeting hit in their bowl game and Matt Johnson wearing out the left side again.
Yeah, and you see that add 23 yards to that total. 98 deep left, 68 underneath.
Johnson checks to the pass and flicks it to Dieter.
And watch Ronnie Moore right back in action, getting it out wide, making Brian Randolph, who's having a tough game. Both safeties, Brian Randolph and Evan Berry, over the top. They've had subpar first half so far.
Remember, Volunteers without Todd Kelly Jr., their supposed starter at free safety. That one is tied up. Who's got it? Dieter takes it to the ground with Mosley in with his hands on it. He's over 100 yards, 5 catches, 112 yards for Garrick Dieter. Todd Kelly Jr. was in the hospital through Thursday with an infection. He went through conditioning drills on Friday, was cleared to play, but hasn't seen the field here for Tennessee today. Nice run up the middle for Bowling Green. A burst 3 for Coppett. Spins his way inside the 10. And the Volunteers finally bring him down after a 32-yard gain.
Yeah, we hadn't had an update on Travis Green, but Coppett is the back going forward. He had a nice touchdown run last year against Wisconsin. Showed some nice burst and explosion as he did there.
They're trying to hurry it up. Coppett empties the backfield. Give inside to Burbrink, and he takes it in. Ryan Burbrink with a touchdown run for Bowling Green.
I'll tell you what, a stop, you got the ball back, and then right down the field. This is the perfect start to the second half for Bowling Green.
5-play, 75-yard scoring drive.
It's just when you think Tennessee is getting ready to just take control of this football game, and then all of a sudden there's a stop, there's a lull. Bowling Green will not go away.
Tate to attempt the extra point. Once again to make it a one-possession game. And he does. Tennessee missed a field goal on its opening drive. Bowling Green able to answer. They're helped by the addition to Ronnie Moore here in the second half.
Ronnie Moore, you get Coppett here with a nice run, a couple of good blocks inside. And then that sets up the touchdown run. They motion Coppett out, then underneath to Burbrink, who's 5'9", about 183 pounds, running with some power between the tackles.
And so Burbrink, the Litnikoff Award List watch member, is roommates with his quarterback, Matt Johnson. They're on the same page there.
He's a former walk-on who just works according to this coaching staff. And has good hands, runs solid routes, added another dimension to his game, running the football.
Barry wants to, oh, he hesitated. Now he wants to bring it out. Good decision. Evan Barry trying to beat the kicker. Flag at the end of it.
Yeah, it's going to be another 15 yards of face mask by the kicker on Berry.
67-yard return. Tack a few more on to the end of it. His teammate said, "Don't bring it out." Evan Berry saw something. That something was daylight.
Carry return, personal foul, face mask, defense number 98. 15 yards from the end of the run, first down.
As fast as Bowling Green scores, Tennessee coming right back. Here's Berry, who hesitates. It's just enough to get everybody out of their rush lanes, thinking maybe he's going to sit in the end zone. And if that face mask doesn't occur by Tyler Tate, he could be gone.
Tennessee in its return game today with 188 yards. Cameron Sutton doing damage in the punt return. Berry the kick return. That was the 8th flag against Bowling Green for 83 yards. 4th time Tennessee starts possession inside the 30 to the end zone. Leaping grab, Ethan Wolf. Who wants it?
I actually think he was throwing to Josh Smith on a post route. And Ethan Wolf just climbed the ladder and snatched it right away.
Well, they were both open.
Both of them were wide open. First guy to come congratulate him, along with Jalen Hurd, was Josh Smith.
Second touchdown for Wolf. He didn't have one last year. Josh Dobbs finding his rhythm. And after the early missed field goal here in the second half, they bounce back on their second possession. Special teams once again giving Tennessee field position advantage. And Joshua Dobbs wastes no time finding the end zone. Special weekend in Nashville on this holiday weekend. Plenty of football for us after Thursday night at Vandy, and now here with the Volunteers opening their season with a 42-27 lead.
Like a lot of fun.
It's like too much work to me.
Yeah, the guy that's peddling that thing.
Stadium in the background here in Music City with the Volunteers return. Another game here in Nashville. The Butchers crew, they originally were supposed to play UAB in this opener. Remember, UAB, they temporarily dropped their football program. And so they had to find a new opponent. Bowling Green signed up. It helped Bowling Green that there is a $1.2 million check waiting to play this game. Rhodes hasn't had a chance for a return yet. Sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas. One of the top recruits in a Bowling Green uniform. They're going to pooch it and keep it away from him. Taken at the 12. Colton Jumper there immediately to take down Chris Gallen. Celebrating its 10th year sponsoring the Good Hands Field Goal Nets, Allstate makes contributions to participating universities' general scholarship funds for each field goal and extra point kicked. Since 2005, Allstate has donated millions in scholarship funds.
When Bowling Green has to answer to keep pace with Tennessee, once again starting a drive inside their 20-yard line.
Late sub for Bowling Green. Coppett replaces Green. Nice to see Travis Green was even back on the field for a moment. He may have been trying to talk his way back into the game after suffering a knee injury in the second quarter. Try to set up the screen. It's tipped away. Demarie Mixon.
Demarie Mixon has been very, very active in this football game. Both he and Vereen, the other defensive end, but Mixon always around the football. Young player, just a sophomore.
Getting even younger on the defensive line. Shai Tuttle, the freshman #2, seeing some minutes here in the second half. He and Khalil McKenzie are two scale tippers that will anchor the future of that Tennessee defensive line. Pump fake. Johnson steps up. Near side. Caught! Ronnie Moore down the sideline.
That's exactly what we thought. Look left and get coverage going that way and come back right. And they do a nice job to Ronnie Moore down the sideline. Watch him here. Just a straight release down the field. Actually having to wait on it a little bit. But boy, that secondary is going to be where they work this week in Tennessee practices. bunch out here.
And Dieter man coverage the other side. They're going down the sideline. Burbrink's got it. He stepped out of bounds after the first down to the 10-yard line and a gain of 27.
Watch it right here. They all cluster up, and then Burbrink is right along the sideline, comes wide open.
That's the 8th completion of 20 yards or more for Matt Johnson today. 325 yards through the air. Johnson looks, fires too strong. Trying to find Roger Lewis. Matt Johnson, what's unique about him is that he's been in so many different systems already for Bowling Green. Under Dave Clawson, the former Tennessee offensive coordinator, when he was the head coach at Bowling Green, they ran a possession offense. They're 4th in the country in time of possession, 35 minutes a game. They won those games with their defense. Clawson went to Wake Forest. Dino Babers comes in and he goes full throttle. Johnson rolls, looks, lets it go. Found a cheerleader.
Boy, lucky to get that one away. Intended for Coppett, but Kurt Magid was right on him along with Owen Williams, who may have gotten there first to force him to spin out. Magid was closing quickly.
3rd and 10. Matt Johnson, 325 yards and a couple of scores.
He's scrappy, tough, and willing to take shots down the field.
5th-year senior from Harrisburg, PA, out of Bishop McDevitt High School.
Well, look, watch down here. Nice matchup. Favorable matchup for Bowling Green.
Play clock at 3. Looking for Lewis. No flag. Randolph with the coverage on Chris Gallen. There's a flag, and it came from Dino Babers, who was on the field arguing with this officiating crew. He wanted pass interference. Mickey Bryson, the line judge, caught the ire
just gotta
of the head coach.
Got to keep your cool, though. That just hurts your football team. Understand he's upset, wanted a flag. But you got to stay composed.
After the play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bowling Green bench. 15-yard penalty, the down counts, 4th down.
They also had an unsportsmanlike after the extra point on the other side.
Dude, you better shut your mouth.
And you can hear the official talking with Bowling Green offensive lineman. That's Ken Williamson trying to keep these Bowling Green players in control.
Here's a play that led to it, and I understand the frustration. Brian Randolph in coverage I thought it was pass interference way early on his back. But as a head coach, you got to stay composed. You ask for permission to talk to the officials. Play's over. They're not going to change their minds and give you the call.
43-yard field goal attempt. The wind has really picked up here at Nissan Stadium. Swirling breeze into this end zone. This is going to be tricky for Tyler Tate. That made it even trickier. Brian Randolph, who had the coverage on the pass attempt a moment ago, gets his mitts on it, and special teams has been sensational for Tennessee today.
Yeah, basically you had a chip shot field goal and then 15 yards. You got to account for that. The kicker, Tyler Tate's got to account for that, try to hit it a little bit harder, and it comes out lower, and that allows Randolph to make a nice block on the play, and Tennessee going to get some decent field position here around their own 25-yard line.
He came right up the gut. And you could tell, you could hear over the referee's mic the frustrations for this Bowling Green team. And this could be a game-deciding drive for Tennessee.
It's important defensively for Bowling Green as well to get another, force a stop here and get off the field. Just for field position purposes. You have a corner blitz from top coming. Safety's cheating over the top.
That's Darrell Hunter. Here he comes. They pick him up. Dobbs has time, goes right to where he vacated, but overthrew his intended receiver, Preston Williams.
Nice job by Dobbs of identifying things. Now just give your receiver an opportunity to make a play for you. Sorted it out. Brett Kendrick, the right tackle, picks up the corner blitz, gives him time. They just got to throw something that's catchable.
Tennessee 8 for 11 on third downs today. They need 11 yards here. Dobbs caught up in the wash, and they take him down after a gain of 3. So Tennessee will punt it right back.
Really good job there of keeping Joshua Dobbs bottled up. He runs sort of like a slant where the first 3 rushers opposite the defense, left defensive end, they slant and he comes late around. It still didn't allow Dobbs the room necessary to do work.
Ryan Burbrink stands at the 25. Taken down by the first man. Cortez McDowell and Chris Weathered with the special team stop after a 27. Volunteers will be home in Neyland Stadium next week against Oklahoma. We've got weather in the area. They're going to clear the teams off the field. Thunderstorms, and with lightning in the area, the teams will exit the field, and we'll be in a weather delay here in Nashville. Any lightning strikes within 8 miles of the stadium call for a 30-minute weather delay. And this delay occurs with 8 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter, with Tennessee on top of Bowling Green 42-27. Sometimes these delays occur and the team that's getting the big check is getting pummeled, and they say, we're good, go ahead and wave it off. Dino Baber isn't waving anything off here with his offense.
No, he feels like there's time on the clock. They can get back in it and get the ball here once we resume play. But this is where you have to make sure that when you do resume play, everybody's warmed up and you don't have those hamstring pulls and things of that sort.
You know who doesn't have a hamstring pull here the first weekend? Darinoka. He and his gang ready to take you through this weather delay about 30 minutes before we get back to Nashville, with Tennessee comfortably in front. Everybody, Tom Hart alongside Andre Ware. The weather delay because of lightning in the area, although I don't know if rain ever fell here at the stadium, and now both teams have to get regrouped and back on the field and kind of regain that momentum that they had before the intermission.
Well, it's going to boil down to who can get loose quickly and you know, get yourself ready to play, get ramped up again. Bowling Green had a nice stop before we went away with a weather delay, so we'll see if they can regroup and get going.
Here's some of the action from earlier in this game. It was a back and forth affair. Bowling Green able to have success through the air, wearing out the left side of Tennessee's defense, both short and long.
Hey, Garrick Dieter was just magnificent in the first half of the ball game, just wearing out the coverage to that side, and then Tennessee relied on their running game. Kamara here with a touchdown run. Jalen Hurd as well got himself on track, showing some nice moves and some power getting into the end zone. Here another run. Patience, showing some speed and power again to get in the end zone. And here's the storyline. Josh Dobbs, 11 of 16, 145 yards and 2 touchdown passes. Hurd with 3 touchdowns on the ground.
Let's go down to the field and check in with Laura Rutledge.
Well, Tennessee coaches wanted to treat this delay like a halftime. They met and had schematic changes discussed, and they've been stretching for about 25 to 30 minutes, making sure everybody's loosened up. They said they ate a lot of snacks, kind of like our crew did. and they really tried to get everybody pumped up, playing music. When they came out of the tunnel, Butch Jones in everybody's faces saying, "Let's go," and he singled out Kurt Maggitt saying, "Kurt, let's go. I need a better rest of this game from you."
All right, Laura, thanks. We'll see what other adjustments were made during the break. Bowling Green comes out with an empty backfield. Tennessee had 14 men on the field when Bowling Green came out. They ran 3 off. They're going to go, as they have most of the game, with 5 and 6 defensive backs. They've got 6 out there right now, with Jalen Reeves-Maven being the lone linebacker.
Thank you.
And there have been problems in the back end of the secondary. Brian Randolph, Evan Berry. But what's been absent is the pass rush, the consistent pass rush from Tennessee.
1 hour and 19 minutes between snaps here in Nashville. Bowling Green aiming for an upset. They've been a comeback team. It's a keeper for Matt Johnson, and the quarterback who suffered a hip injury in the first game last year and missed most of the season, takes off with his legs for the first down, a gain of 14.
Nice job there. You get an aggressive defense flying up the field. Nice play call.
Johnson does it again, and he gets taken down after a gain of 7.
Got to commit to it, though. Yeah, just a little bit of hesitancy. He could have maybe picked up another first down. Commit to it, and just let the chips fall.
He's got Ronnie Moore in the backfield with him. They fake it, go to the pass to Derek Dieter, and Dieter's got a first down. Bowling Green rolling here after the delay.
Yeah, this is what they do, and there's always an outlet. You think you have Johnson bottled up. Dieter's sitting out there wide open.
Johnson goes to the out route. That's Ronnie Moore with his second catch, a gain of 2. Remember, Ronnie Moore was suspended the first half after a targeting call in the second half of Bowling Green's bowl game last year. So back in action in the second half. He'll be a key for them all season.
Yeah, he's excellent with the ball in his hands. He got him the ball as soon as he got in the game.
Back to Gehrig. Gehrig now working on Emmanuel Mosley. What could they have come up with in the Tennessee locker room to try to solve this Dieter issue on the outside?
Well, maybe help to that side. Going to get Mosley, the corner, some help over the top. But pass rush is what Butch Jones was preaching.
Todd Kelly Jr. is in the game at safety now after the weather delay for Tennessee. First action of the game for Kelly. Ronnie Moore takes it left side, no gain. He's on the Paul Hornung watch list as one of the most versatile players in college football. We've seen him as a receiver, and we've seen him out of the backfield.
Yeah, and it's 4th down here. Babers elects to go for it. And he's got to keep pace with a Tennessee offense that really got itself kick-started coming out of the locker room.
Falcons 2 for 2 on 4th down today. Here comes the blitz. Johnson lets it go. Complete. First down. Ryan Burbrink. Mosley with the coverage. It's a gain of 8.
Burbrink has been so valuable to this offense. Makes it look like a wheel route. Hooks it up along the sideline, and Mosley once again a little bit too late getting there to the receiver on that side.
Johnson keeps it again. Gets nice blocking from his tight end inside the 10. Derek Lee sealed the edge for him.
I'll tell you what, Johnson has come out here in the second, the restart, and has really looked sharp in the running game. I mean, Tennessee actively rushing up the field.
Inside feed to Lee, and the tight end takes it inside the 5. 1st and goal now for Bowling Green.
You ask me what Butch Jones came up with, or John Jancic came up with to start get this game started again. Well, it was pass rush, and they're taking full advantage of the aggressive nature of this Tennessee defense. You got one-on-one coverage, lone corner down at the bottom of your screen, and it's Burbrink.
10th play of the drive. Coppett has it, and he gets submarine. A gain of 1. Just to revisit this Bowling Green offensive line is the second most experienced in college football behind only UCLA. Upperclassmen all across that front. Bennett, Hunter, McAuliffe, Huddle, and Dietz.
And they really committed to what this offense brings, losing 150 pounds combined across the board, so they could go even faster and be in better shape this year.
Johnson pumps. We got a flag. Corner of the end zone, incomplete. Too strong for Dieter. Cameron Sutton with the coverage.
Dieter, they've started to move him around. He was hung out along the left side of the offensive formation and now finds himself in that set on the right side of it. What a first half he had.
They'll ask Butch Jones what he wants to do.
Illegal formation, offense, more than 4 players lined up in the backfield. 5-yard penalty. Repeat, second down.
11th flag for 118 yards. Dino Babers, the head coach, is responsible for one of those on his own. He got flagged for 15 yards earlier this quarter.
It felt like there was a pass interference call in the corner of the end zone against Chris Gallen, his receiver, and a little too animated for the officials.
Coppett lost his footing at the outset of that play. Is able to get one. Brian Randolph in on the stop for Tennessee.
Trying to stay committed to the running game so Tennessee will respect it and not come flying up the field. They've taken advantage of the aggression early in this drive with a couple of quarterback runs to Matt Johnson, or with Matt Johnson. Tennessee now, as they let themselves back up to their goal line, playing a little more run defense.
Tennessee's been tough on third down. Bowling Green just 2 for 12 tonight.
This all-out blitz right here.
Empty
Nobody
backfield. Johnson fires, incomplete. He was aiming for Roger Lewis.
Roger Lewis working on Brian Randolph. And thought maybe he got inside of him. He did. It's just thrown a little bit too high.
Micah Abernathy with the coverage for Tennessee. Bowling Green has converted 3 fourth down attempts, but they're going to bring in the kicking team here. Now keep in mind their holder is James Kanapke. He was the starting quarterback most of last season.
And Matt Johnson went out with that hip injury. He came in, did a solid job leading them to a bowl win.
25-yard attempts. It's good. So back to action here in Nashville, and with 4:26 to go in the third quarter, Bowling Green catches in after a 13-play drive. Number 25 Tennessee, ranked in the preseason for the first time since 2008, coming into this season with perhaps the highest of expectations for a team that won its finale last year across town against Vandy to make it to a bowl for the first time since 2010. This is still a very, very young team. Seen freshmen all over the field for Tennessee tonight.
Tell you what, they seemed buttoned up on offense, but defensively there's some questions and some things that they're going to have to fix, especially in the secondary and maybe pass rush wise as well.
If you're just joining us, assistant head coach and defensive backs coach Willie Martinez was suspended for this game by the NCAA for a recruiting violation. He is expected, we expect him to be back, just a 1-game suspension, but he's not allowed to be in the building or coach at all. Look at this. Bowling Green just handed Tennessee field position.
I don't know if he can't knock it out of the back of the end zone.
He had been doing it the entire game.
But, you know, that's how you solve that. And it's not kick it out of bounds and give it to him at the 35. Drive the ball out of the back of the end zone, make him go 80 yards.
Kick out of bounds. Receivers have elected to put the ball in play at the 35-yard line. First down.
And once again, excellent field position for Tennessee to start this drive.
The offensive line has been magnificent today. Dobbs 11 of 17 for 145 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara have been great in the backfield. Dobbs keeps it himself. Picks up 2. Austin Valdez with the stop.
Probably one there. He should have given to Jalen Hurd. Had the defense outflanked. full head of steam.
Malone in motion. Dobbs looking deep. Goes deep. Caught. Juwan Jennings from just down the road in Murfreesboro. He was the Tennessee Player of the Year in high school, the former quarterback from Blackman High School, now a wide receiver.
Nice job with the eyes for Josh Dobbs, and hits him on a little corner route. Nice route and nice delivery of the football.
And now Hurd bounces to the outside. He moves so well for a big guy.
I tell you, shows patience for a young runner as well. He's just a sophomore, but shows the patience to allow blocks out front to our offensive linemen to engage, and then he just accelerates after they engage.
Kamara in the backfield. The junior college transfer gets cut down after a gain of 1 by Taylor Royster, who was injured earlier in this game. Good to see Royster back on the field.
Second year as a full-time starter. Made 13 starts in 2013. Very, very active player inside.
Bowling Green brings 5. Dobbs completes it to the outside. A little bit of room for Jonathan Johnson. Valdez pushed him out after a gain of 16.
See here, just a hitch route at the top. Well timed, about 6 yards, picks up the first, and that's bonus. That's icing on the cake. If you get more than that and you don't get tackled, turn up and get as much as you can.
Tennessee rotating in some receivers now. Here's Von Pearson, and he breaks through. Flag thrown. Pearson takes it in from 13. If it stands, it'll be the 3rd touchdown pass of the game for Dobbs.
Yeah, this could come back as a hold.
Holding, offense, number 1. 10-yard penalty from calling a foul. Repeat first down.
Yeah, they call it against Jalen Hurd. Watch Hurd. And that way, it's actually 81. You see right there, there's the shoulder. Hands on the shoulder pad. Got to let that jersey go. It's Jonathan Johnson who was actually tagged for the hold.
The 2nd touchdown call back against Tennessee today. Give to Jennings. Nothing doing. He loses a yard.
Being a former quarterback, I thought maybe he'd pull up and throw that baby.
Well, that's next, right?
That's setting it up.
It hadn't been installed yet.
Yeah, setting it up. You got to play bend but don't break defense here if you're Bowling Green.
2nd and 18. Dobbs pulls it back. A little bit of pressure. Trying to elude it. He gets free. Dobbs avoids the sack and turns it into mayhem. He's all the way down to the 11. A 10-yard scamper on a play that was going nowhere.
Baird with the pressure. And they don't get him down. Malik Brown as well in there. Had a shot at him, and that's what the athletic ability of Joshua Dobbs brings to the table.
Oh, the vision to avoid those would-be tacklers. Dobbs looking in zone. Double coverage. Darrell Hunter had a play on that one. Wants it back.
Hunter with 32 tackles a year ago, did not have an interception. Looking for that first one this year in 2015.
Tennessee will attempt a field goal. This will be a 29-yard attempt for Aaron Medley. Medley missed it. So after a lengthy weather delay, we got a flag again. After a lengthy weather delay, the teams trade field goal attempts. Bowling Green hits a triple and Tennessee misses one.
Yeah, that's maybe a taunt after the
play was over, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 99. 15 yards from the succeeding spot. First down.
That's the third unsportsmanlike against Bowling Green today. That one was on Brian Baird, the defensive end. And Mins wants to calm his teammate down. They're still in this game.
Very much in the game. Nice snap. The hole was fine. It just stayed outside for Medley. Then we'll take a look at the penalty.
Oh, he took a swing at Kyler Curbison. He's lucky he didn't connect.
Hearing about it from the coaching staff.
You know, from the Bowling Green perspective, this is an opportunity. I mean, it's an opportunity against an SEC team, a top 25 team.
Yeah, they've had 2 stops, consecutive stops in Tennessee, and all of a sudden you have decent field position after the missed field goal, and you get half the distance and back yourself up into a hole again. Penalties, special teams really hurt Bowling Green in this ball game.
Fred Coppin at tailback. He's got it. Gets spun around just past the line of scrimmage and picks up 5. Corey Vereen turned him around.
That's so close, Coppin, to breaking out of there.
Corey Vereen's had a nice night. Coppin high steps through, took a hit from Brian Randolph, but is able to pick up the first down after a gain of 6.
It'll be a point of emphasis for Tennessee in the week to come. Tackling, getting guys on the ground, wrapping up. Too many times you've seen Fred Coppin spin out of would-be tacklers and then pick up additional yardage.
I think Coppin's helmet came off. They're going to send him off for a play. See that chin strap came undone. So Donovan Wilson will replace Coppin. We haven't seen Travis Green for some time. Green's tried to work his way back on the field. He suffered a knee injury in the first half. Tried to work his way back out in the third quarter. They pulled him back off. Wilson picks up a key block and just off the hands of Derek Lee.
Working outside against Derek Barnett. He shows some pretty good athletic ability of his own as a defensive end. You're asked to go out and cover up the tight end in space. Nice job there by Derek Barnett.
Play action. Looking deep. Oh, he jumped around. Cameron Sutton knew what was coming. Nearly made the play on the ball intended for Roger Lewis.
And that's why they've had the success that Bowling Green has had going to their left to Dieter. It's because Cam Sutton, the best cover man on Tennessee's roster, is hanging out along the right side of Bowling Green's formation. So they haven't gone that way very much in the ball game.
6 DBs again for Tennessee. Not a safety in sight.
Yeah, they're all coming. I mean, they're bunched in there.
Play clock at 4. They get it off. Here comes pressure. Lob, too much. Derek Barnett set up shop in the backfield.
They come free. They block everybody up, and it's Derek Barnett who comes free and forces the hot throw on Matt Johnson. But you look here, little hands in the back of
He's got his arm locked.
of Burbrink. Yeah. That's the other corner, Malik Foreman.
Cameron Sutton back to return. He's been magnificent today. Won't have a chance at this one. It took a Tennessee hop. Looked like Andre in a sand wedge. Derek Lee finally covers it. 35-yard punt.
I wish.
Sunday night SEC Rewind flashes back to arguably the greatest Iron Bowl of all time. 1989, the first year Alabama played at Jordan-Hare. SEC Rewind, the 1989 Iron Bowl on SEC Network, Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Pat Dye talked about the walk into the stadium that day, seeing the looks on the faces of the Auburn faithful. He compared it to the fall of the Berlin Wall. Kind of a big deal. Kamara in the backfield. He gets a carry. He's got daylight in the left side. Beautiful cutback. Here goes Kamara. Still going. He's in. 56-yard sprint for Alvin Kamara.
A couple of nice edge blocks. They secure the edge of the line of scrimmage. Kyler Curbison, the left tackle, blows everything down inside. That allowed Kamara to get the edge, and then it was just, do I have enough speed to get to the end zone? Yes, he did.
128 yards and 2 touchdowns in his Tennessee debut. Once he was a can't-miss prospect, and he was exiled to junior college. Perhaps the wait was worth it for Alvin Kamara. Yep, he hit a home run with this one.
It's the block, a nice pull by Dylan Wiseman as well to let the right guard pulling around. He secures things along with Curbison, and it turns into a foot race.
Not Elijah Ballou caught up with him. Just couldn't bring him down.
It's a nice 1-2 punch right there. Jalen Hurd, Alvin Kamara.
They have combined, Andre, for 32 carries, 223 yards, and 5 touchdowns. Tennessee 264 yards on the ground. Bowling Green 361 through the air. The difference is 19, but this thing is far from over.
Yeah, you clearly see what type of offense each team runs. Bowling Green predominantly a passing team. They're going to pass first to run second, and everything works for Tennessee off their running game.
Robbie Rhodes getting ready.
Robbie Rhodes, a talented youngster. Was once the #1 rated player in Texas coming out of high school.
He lets you go out of bounds. Second kick since the restart we've seen go out of bounds. So Bowling Green will have tremendous field position.
Kick out of bounds. Receivers have elected to put the ball in play at the 35-yard line. First down.
Best starting field position of the game for Bowling Green.
It's been penalties that's hurt them in field position. A couple of good punts that's pinned them down deep.
What do you think of Matt Johnson's play thus far today?
I think it's been solid. I mean, I really do. He's taking care of the football. He is red coverage, 23 of 42, 361 yards and 2 touchdowns.
They have found their advantage, and they've exploited Tennessee time and time again.
Yep. They've also moved Dieter to the bottom of the screen to work against Cam Sutton.
Johnson flushed that direction, looking deep. That's how the third quarter will come to an end. After 1 hour and 19-minute weather delay in the middle of this one, we've gone from bright sunlight into the night here in Tennessee. And we're ready for a wide open fourth quarter from Music City. Nightfall in Nashville, Tennessee leads Bowling Green 49-30 here in the season opener for both teams. We start the fourth quarter, and we go down to the field for Laura.
Well, Tom, every single time the Tennessee defense gets off the field, defensive coordinator John Jancic runs straight to the secondary bench. He's been trying to simplify things for them throughout the game, but he's spent a ton of time with them, not even getting to spend a lot of time with the rest of the defense. He's really focusing on the secondary, trying to get them up to speed.
Laura, thanks. If you remember, Willie Martinez, assistant head coach and defensive backs coach, suspended by the NCAA for this game. That one's complete. Trying to get it inside, and they do to Ronnie Moore. Martinez suspended as a result of impermissible contact that occurred during the spring evaluation period in 2014. Butch Jones knew he would have to suspend his coach, but the team didn't find out until last night. And so they're having to make these adjustments on the fly without their secondary coach.
Yeah, and it's the wrong type of game for Willie Martinez to not be in when you're facing an offense like Bowling Green. High-powered passing attack. It's right in your face. John Jancic trying to do the best job he can with getting everybody aligned, but some adjustments the DB coach would know that maybe other coaches wouldn't.
Wow, Johnson was hit as he threw. He just turned and heaved it downfield to Ronnie Moore. It goes for 18 in a Bowling Green first down.
Boy, he has really been a spark since coming in the second half of this ball game, but pressure in the face of Matt Johnson. Nice job of standing in there under duress and delivering a complete football.
Here's Fred Coppett. I can't help but think, too, going back to Laura's report, Andre, if Tennessee's trying to simplify things defensively, especially in the back end, Matt Johnson has too much experience. He's too smart a quarterback not to be able to identify that.
You're absolutely right. Once he figures out where the safety is, that's who he's playing off. If they rotate over, I got one-on-one coverage, and it's been Dieter most of the football game that he's located. And he's doing a nice job with his eyes as well. Even when they go zone coverage, he's taking the safety out of it with his eyes and creating one-on-one on the outside.
On second down, Johnson fires quick, nearly picked. One of the adjustments Tennessee made was bringing Todd Kelly Jr. onto the field since the restart. Kelly was in the hospital through Thursday.
You see it right here. Malik Foreman breaking on the football. That's almost a house call.
Kelly was in the hospital through Thursday, went through conditioning drills Friday and was cleared. Butch told us he must have set a Tennessee record for film study while he was in the hospital, living off the iPad. But there's a big difference between watching film and being on the field.
There's been a little more sound on the back end since he's been in the ball game.
Bowling Green takes a timeout. They'll be facing a 3rd and 10 when they come out of this 19-point game. Senior quarterback Matt Johnson trying to get it done for the Falcons.
You can go in different combos.
Around the league today, Georgia, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Missouri all ranked, won easily. Average margin of victory 44 points. Auburn held off Louisville after a hot start for the Tigers. And here we have a 3rd and 10. Tennessee bringing a 4-man rush, nearly got him. Johnson over the middle, complete.
Wow.
Ryan Burbrink with the leaping grab. 1st and goal, Falcons.
What a throw by Matt Johnson right into the weakness of this defense. 2 safeties high, and he threads the needle to Burbrink. Right between Evan Berry and Colton Jumper.
Ronnie Moore now in the backfield. Ball's on the ground. Tennessee's got 2 men on top of it. Jalen Reeves-Maybin is on the ground. And he's got Kurt Magid protecting him. First turnover today.
Yeah, they're trying to get a spark in Ronnie Moore, who is usually a slot receiver. Coppett has been the back. Yeah, he leaves it in there. Ronnie Moore forgets to close down on it. Maybe close and Matt Johnson's trying to pull it. And nevertheless, it goes on the ground. Tennessee's football.
What a huge break, because really that was an unforced error. And the 5th-year senior Matt Johnson with a missed opportunity. And now you give it back to a Tennessee team which has just been pounding you with the run game. And that's what they do with Jalen Hurd, who picks up 4.
Yeah, and you know they're coming downhill and downhill fast. Backed up like this with big 6'4", 240-pound Jalen Hurd. Going to come right down and allow the offensive line to take over a little bit here early in the fourth quarter.
To the outside, Jonathan Johnson. What a burst of speed with his senior from Friendswood, Texas. Gain of 11.
A nice job of blocking by Von Pearson on the outside to free up Jonathan Johnson. That's what made the play. Number 9 throwing a nice block, allowing him to turn up, pick up that first down, and give him some breathing room.
Hurd trying to find a hole. He got popped. Sometimes you're going to go down hard when you're that big at 6'4". That's what happened.
You're 6'4", and you're a little high already as it is, but that's a pretty good kiss inside by Trenton Green.
Jalen Hurd now over 1,000 yards for his career. 100-yard game tonight. Juwan Jennings picks up a first down by taking around the edge.
Career numbers there.
Not a bad start, huh?
Not bad at all. Just under 5 yards a carry. 8 touchdowns, 3 of those tonight. Has turned into tonight. We kicked in the afternoon.
That's right.
Still here tonight.
Here comes the blitz. Hurd running away from it. Runs through an arm tackle. Runs through 2 more. Fights his way for a couple of extra yards. On his way to picking up 4. I don't think that's a fight that Daryl Hunter wants to pick.
No, not at 5'9", 178. He's in a different weight class.
Big difference in the ground game.
That's a super heavyweight.
Yes. Austin Valdez, a redshirt sophomore, former quarterback. Really learned his position last year by switching over to defense. Trying to catch his breath for the Falcons.
He's right in the middle where all the action takes place.
Jalen Hurd 110 yards. Alvin Kamara 128 yards. 5 touchdowns shared between the 2 running backs for Tennessee. Dobbs keeps it. He's got a hole. And he's got some real estate.
Well, he keeps this up. He's going to have 100 yards here pretty soon.
30-yard gain.
A nice job. Everybody goes crashing inside. Baird goes down inside with a running back Kamara, and then it's just an alley for Josh Dobbs.
Now it's Kamara on the right side. Running backwards. You know, I just got to make this point again, Andre. As good as Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara are, I don't think if they're running behind last year's line, they're able to do what they're doing tonight.
Yeah, everybody's a year older, a lot more experience up front. They've had an off season to work it out.
Here's Kamara. Splashes through for a gain of 9. Last year, the offensive line was a disaster for Tennessee. They were dead last in sacks allowed, knocks down allowed, and negative plays.
Well, they're healthy and actually missing a couple of starters. It felt like we're going to be starters.
There's Dobbs again. Touchdown, Tennessee. They've hung a double nickel on Bowling Green.
They're right down inside. Baird again crashes with Jalen Hurd. That leaves a nice alley for Josh Dobbs. They ran that play about 2 plays ago. The exact same thing happened. Dobbs creeping ever so close to 100 yards on the night himself. 12 carries, 89 yards, and now the touchdown run.
Extra point is good. Everybody in an orange jersey is having success running the ball tonight. Josh Dobbs trying to join the 100-yard party. 26-point lead. Well, for a game that's had hundreds of twists and turns, this is the latest and the most damaging to Bowling Green's hopes. In the red zone, they fumble it away. Tennessee able to march down the field, and Joshua Dobbs takes it in on the other side. 14-point swing.
Yeah, I mean, that really hurt Bowling Green and their chances to get back in this game. You're going in, you feel like they're about to put 7 points on the board and get right back in it. Tennessee recovers, marches it right down the field, and Josh Dobbs sticks it in the end zone.
Robbie Rhodes back to receive. Oh, he took it right at the pylon. Able to work his way up the sideline, then back to the numbers. You can tell he's been itching to try something all night.
He's close to going out of bounds here. Tremendous athlete coming out of high school. Actually played with his father, Reggie Rhodes, at the University of Houston. Good player in his own right. Let me take a look at this. This may get reviewed.
They showed it on the big board, and the Tennessee fans thought they saw Rhodes step out of bounds. And we're going to buzz exactly down and take a look.
What's taking place.
The previous play is under further review.
You talk about some unlucky field position all game long. And then maybe just on the line right there. Just touching.
Robbie Rhodes, a transfer from Baylor.
And you got the official. I mean, he's right on top of it and didn't whistle it to stop, but looks like it may be out right at about the 4-yard line.
Well, Andre, it's the first game for the officials too, you know.
I mean, he is he is focused in on it.
And so that left foot seemingly on the chalk, even if the heel is up, the toe is down. Rhodes, that Baylor transfer, as I mentioned, remember Dino Babers running the same offense that Art Briles runs at Baylor. It's got its roots all the way back to Stephenville High School in Texas. Back in the mid-90s with Briles, later featured guys like Kevin Cobb, Case Keenum, RG3.
After further review, during the return, the runner stepped out of bounds at the 4-yard line. First and 10, that's 5.
There have been plenty of people, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, who have had loads of success in this system. And you got to imagine when you're recruiting to this system, it makes it easier to find kids who want to play in it.
Skill position players, and Dino Babers didn't really embrace it. He was skeptical when Art Briles came into Baylor and hired him, and didn't really think that this would work. And then after a couple of weeks, he knew that he was on to something special and started to store away this offense, knowing that if he had a chance to become a head coach, this is exactly what he would run.
9:54 to go. They try to get to the screen. They do so. And the point that Dino made with us when we talked to him this week, he said they've found that this system really hits its stride somewhere between game 4, game 6, and year number 2. Yeah. So as good as they were in it last year, third fastest offense in the country, he really feels like once you get there, everybody gets in the rhythm. That's when it's operating at its peak.
Yeah, that's when you have your offensive line in shape and receivers are a year or so into the offense. And everybody knows exactly what to do, when to do it, and how to operate fast.
Fred Coppett with the carry. There's Briles on the left side. Former Texas high school coach. Started spreading things out. Back at Stephenville, never used a playbook. They're going to go deep, way deep. And incomplete. It almost looked like Roger Lewis was trying to invite contact instead of just going after the football, which was overthrown.
No doubt about it. Working against Mosley, we may have a trip to the ice bath tomorrow, as many 9 routes as he's covered tonight.
By the way, speaking of Art Briles and Baylor, they put up 723 yards of offense last night against SMU and put 56 on the board in Highland Park, Texas.
Yeah, really played a solid second half of that ball game. It was close there for a while about halftime, and then Baylor seemed to break things open. Too much depth for SMU.
Cameron Sutton set to return. He will let it hop. It'll check up once again. And we step away for a timeout. Pushing and shoving. 8:45 to go in the fourth after a 43-yard punt. Be successful. For more on that, let's go down to the field and Laura.
Well, that's right, Tom. And Josh Dobbs, aerospace engineering major, has never missed a day of school in his life from K through 12. Also, the lowest grade he's ever gotten is an A-. And he spent his summer doing a very special internship with aerospace engineering company Whitney and Pratt. He actually worked on, in West Palm Beach, Florida, worked on the F-135 engine that will be used in U.S. military's new F-35 warplanes. His tutor there, by the way, was a huge Vols fan. And Dobbs wants to play football as long as he can, but he plans to build and design airplanes one day and wants to own his own company. He thinks this experience with football will really help him as a leader.
All right, Laura, thanks. Yeah, Pratt and Whitney been around for a while. And now we got a new quarterback, Quentin Dormady, and all he does is hand off to Jalen Hurd, who goes hurdling guys. By the way, that full feature on Josh Dobbs will air next week on SEC Nation. So you'll want to check it out, Vols fans. And we get a chance to check out the freshman from Boerne, Texas, Quentin Dormady. He is something special.
Yeah, he can spin the football. Smart kid is in his own right and knows this entire offense. Wanted to get him some playing time.
He's got John Kelly next to him in the backfield. First touch for Kelly. He's showing a burst of speed. I was at practice Tuesday, Andre, and they're running through good on good. And Dormady was taking the controls, and he made a nice read. And Butch made it a point to point out to everybody there on the microphone, he went through his A, B, and C progressions. And boy, to do that at a young age with bullets flying is awfully impressive.
Yeah, no doubt about it. An early enrollee, so that's why he knows this offense. But he's put on about 15 pounds since arriving in January, and his frame at 6'4", 216 pounds. He looks the part.
He's got great arm strength. The accuracy, we're told, is there. Saw it in practice. Now we'll see it in the game today, leading by 26. 4-yard gain for Kelly.
He threw for nearly 6,000 yards and 59 touchdowns in just 2 years in high school. Good-looking youngster.
Dobbs has earned some time off. He's been the mentor to Dormady on the practice field, and one of the reasons Butch Jones told us that it was so important to have a quarterback that was named early. Here's Dormady keeping it himself. With so many youngsters on this team, and we talked about this earlier, that Josh Dobbs, a true leader and a calming and common voice for these youngsters. Team 119 in Tennessee history.
Rich Holloway there was a pretty good player at Tennessee himself, and so he's a guy that's mentoring Josh Dobbs and all these other guys. Heck of a player, heck of a quarterback at Tennessee.
No matter the sport. Football, baseball. Kelly keeps it, tears it up the middle, down to Hashes, and he's got a first down. Pickup of 9 for John Kelly, the freshman from Detroit, Oak Park High School.
Well, it doesn't stop, it doesn't end, does it? Hurd, Kamara, and with Kelly in here, nice run inside, good vision as well to cut it back outside to pick up that first down.
Well, that's what you got to do as a freshman, right? You get a chance in a game like this,
no
you
doubt.
better show them what you can do.
You get in, you want to just get the eye of the coaching staff, the position coach first, and then the head man. and let them know that they can depend on you in case they have to go to you.
Dormady has it. Picks up 5. Ben Hale in on the stop, the sophomore from Columbus, Ohio.
Here, and they are letting him operate this offense.
Here's Kelly. It's inside the 10. It's easy to see that being able to run the ball was the key to Tennessee's success last year. In their 7 wins, they averaged 200 yards a game on the ground. Their 6 losses, they averaged less than 82. 19 rushing touchdowns in the wins, only 1 in the losses. And tonight, Butch's club is closing in on 400 yards rushing.
It all starts up front with that offensive line just leaning on Bowling Green all game long, and finally just wearing them down.
It's got to be a great reward for those big fellas watching the ground game be so successful tonight.
Yeah, this is when, this is a bonus when you can turn things over late in the ball game and just work the clock and still have success running the football between the tackles. Sometimes you can take a shot on the outside edges, but the O-line they want that pressure. They want you to turn around and, hey, let us maul on some people for a while.
Now the question will be, can Tennessee do this next week against Oklahoma? Specifically the offensive line, can they have success against a team from the Big 12? Kelly hit in the backfield, gets slammed to the ground. Oklahoma currently at the half against Akron, leading 17-3. It'll be a sellout next week at Neyland Stadium. They'll have the checkerboard in the stands. This is a Tennessee program that has really turned it up when it comes to the attendance last year. The matchup with Oklahoma, as Dormady throws it incomplete, will be the first time Tennessee has hosted a non-conference top 25 opponent since Cal came to town in 2006. I mean, this Tennessee program, when things are going strong, made its living and its name playing tough non-conference teams. But they haven't been ranked. The non-conference opponents haven't been ranked.
I think a lot of that's getting ready to change, though. Putting together top 5 recruiting classes, and talking to Butch a couple of years ago, he said, yeah, I'm about 1 more away from really being able to compete. So this is the year that he targeted Tennessee being able to compete in the SEC East.
392 yards on the ground. Tennessee in control tonight. The only thing they couldn't control, Mother Nature. Time now for tonight's Ego Player of the Game, and this two-headed monster, too big for just one honor. Jalen Hurd and Alvin Kamara, 267 rush yards, 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, Kamara was just super, hitting the edge, showing speed, elusiveness to get in the end zone. Here, a big run of 53 yards, able to break a tackle, still get himself into the end zone. Then Jalen Hurd took over. Nice athletic play, following blockers. He tiptoes in. We're patiently waiting, allowing blocks to set themselves, accelerating into the end zone. 3 touchdown runs tonight for Jalen Hurd.
In 119 years of Tennessee football, no Tennessee running back has had as productive a game in his first game as a Volunteer as Kamara has. 144 yards, the most ever by a Vol in his first game. That one hit the pylon. Rhodes is going to, it was dead. They just didn't whistle it when it hit the pylon part of the end zone. And so they'll bring that one out. 29-point Tennessee lead. .307 to go.
Still have to coach here. You're Dino Babers, essentially coaching for next week, keeping players with a positive attitude, keeping things upbeat, keeping the offense sharp.
Well, we got a new quarterback for Bowling Green, James Kanapke, last year's starter. We'll see his first snaps of the night. Matt Johnson with career highs 27 for 49 and 424 as a starter. Now, it may have been a forward pass, then the toss to Donovan Wilson. Gain of 2.
Donovan Wilson, they may have used him down near the goal line. Oh, wow, a little earlier. Big kid.
Career game for Johnson. 424 yards of offense, but his fumble at the goal line was a 14-point swing, and that was the beginning of the end for Bowling Green. Kanapke able to connect with Chris Gallen. Fresh set of downs for Kanapke. Well, for those of you watching on ESPN News, we're going to send you to Tallahassee for Texas State, Florida State. For the rest of you, will stay on the SEC alternate channel. But on ESPN News, to Tallahassee, Florida State, and Texas State.
This is Bowling Green slowing down a little bit. Decide to punt it away here.
Dino Babers told us they don't need a top 10 defense. They just need to be able to keep it close. And I think Tennessee has proven tonight that that's easier said than done. Jonathan Johnson takes a fair catch. How does this affect your expectations now for Tennessee after finally seeing them on the field?
Well, I think you're excited about what you had a chance to see going forward. You know, you've got two backs that get in thunder and lightning, so to speak, and Hurd and Kamara. You've got a quarterback that's playing some advanced football, 15 of 22, 205, 2 touchdowns through the air, and then he added another 89 of it on the ground. They'll face Oklahoma next week, and you see the rest of the schedule.
That's the rest of the SEC schedule. Non-conference sprinkled in there as well, even late in the season.
They can stay healthy and keep the offensive line playing. Now, there's some things they certainly have to clean up on the defensive side, and especially on the back end, and maybe get some pass rush.
Are you a believer that the team's greatest improvement occurs between game 1 and game 2?
No doubt about it, because now you have something to go back and take a look at. You get to go see all the mistakes that you made, body position for the offensive line, where you could have cut a guy off, you know, where he's lined up, things of that. So just the little things that you may not take notice of in a ball game, but when you go back and you can look at it on film, those are things you can fix, and players get better. There's a huge leap from that first week to the second one. Even for Jalen Hurd and Kamara. You know, those are two guys that are going to look at film and think, well, if I'd have cut this way as opposed to that way, it may have been another home run.
It's been about a quarter century since Tennessee was this effective with its ground game. That time, Dormady takes it for 2. And Tennessee on the brink of a 400-yard rush game. That's since 1994, last game with 400 rush yards. 406 against Vandy. Tonight, 398. They're on the verge of having 3 100-yard rushers for the first time since 1991 against Vandy.
That will just about do it for Tennessee.
So the expectations are met for Team 119 through game 1. Then the challenge turns to a high-powered Oklahoma attack coming to town next week on ESPN in Knoxville. Tennessee comes to Nashville. Butch Jones and his team put 59 on the board outpacing one of the fastest offenses in the country. Tennessee does it in bruising style. 399 yards on the ground, 604 yards of offense, and Tennessee knocks off Bowling Green 59-30. Once again, our final: Volunteers 59, Falcons 30. Time to get you caught up with all the other action. Let's turn it over to Dari Noka in the studio.